Hello, hello. Welcome in, everybody. Happy Saturday. Almost Sunday. But I'm Central. People are Mountain and Pacific. So there's that. We don't worry about the Eastern. No, I'm just kidding. How is everybody? I know it's a little dark. I know. It's late. That's my excuse and I'm sticking to it. And I hope everybody's good. So, as you can see, my desk is a little different. My title is a little different. I wanted to turn the camera on. Okay, so here's the deal. I was going to do market, but then I decided half of the market, well, not half, a quarter of the market is going to be me talking. So if I come on and hang out and do stuff, now you never know what I might do. I'm not opposed to showing and selling crap. Don't get me wrong. But my main goal is to hang out with you guys, tell you information. I want to talk about the Mitzi Moo thing. There's a couple of questions and a couple of changes that are coming up. Yay. And so I didn't want to take that time to away from the market because if you guys know, well, if you don't know, I'm surprised. But as you know, my time is pretty limited. And so I have to use it the best that I can because everything that I do and make time for is important to me. So there's that. I hope everybody's good. Hey, what is up with these name things? I know, right? So don't leave. Don't assume it's just going to be straight chit chat. Because listen, I'm not opposed to anything. Okay. I live on the wild side a little, just a little, where we change in a hot minute. If you want to go left, we're going to go left. If you want to go right, we can go right. Just depends, right? Um, I got some fabulous stuff. First and foremost, I hope everybody's great. Thanks for coming, you guys. Y'all show up and show the heck out, okay? Let me just say that. Can I just say that real quick? Kudos to you guys, okay? I live a more wild life than half of you people. And I live the ish life, and my life is very loud. Now, it's pretty consistently great and good. Thank God for that. Now, I do have problems like everybody else. I do have a once was like everybody else. But for the most part, you guys show up and show the heck out every time. So kudos to you guys. Thank you so very much. I recognize it, I see it, and I am so grateful. Okay, I have to just keep saying that. If you don't feel it already, then I have to say it so you know. And hopefully my actions will match up. Okay, so that's number one. Number two, we have some very fabulous stuff from Mitzi Moo's husband. When I say fabulous, I mean fabulous. A lot of UK stuff, a lot of stuff that is nice. And I was like, is this all we're getting? I said, is this all we're getting? So now I'm like, I see a couple of brands and I see a couple of things, and I'm like, is there more? He's like, oh, yeah. So then he tells me the whole rundown, okay? He tells me the whole rundown of where everything is, how much stuff. And I'm like thinking, well, I didn't want a whole synopsis, but I get it. Thank you. Cool. So, I didn't want to rush them or anything. I just saw a couple of things and I'm like, ooh, do you have any more? Like a fiend, right? We're fiends. It's okay. What the heck is up? Hey, I know. What is up with that weird? Listen, Margallo, forgive me. Girl, you are so extra nice. Thank you so very much. Margal, I was meaning to email you. I've been doing some other things behind the scenes and sideline stuff, and I've been adding, well, it's not me, it's God. Um, has been doing different stuff offline, as well. And so um I was meaning to email you. Thank you so very much. My oldest son, Carrie, took one of the sticks. One was mine. Thank you. So sweet. I didn't tell the others. Sorry, you guys, I'm talking incognito. It's something that she sent that's very kind. Just as a special little thank you. And so I'm talking a little incognito because it's for a couple of people that she just wants to show a little bit of extra kindness too, and then she gave me something as well. So anyways, Carrie took it. It's in his room. It's in his room. And I'm okay with that. As long as somebody's enjoying it that is part of the family, we're good. Yeah, that's so sweet. What is up with the name stuff? That is ugly. Do y'all like that? It's ugly. Okay, so I got a couple of questions. So thank you guys, Tina and Margallo again. Tina, thank you so very much. These two people, we're going to talk about Mitzi's thing. Okay, so last billing cycle, the very last day, somebody reminded me and I sent everybody home. It was the market song. So, and then I saw the chat and somebody was like, what about Mitzi Moo stuff? Because if you guys have been here, um, that we were thinking about, somebody gave us a wonderful idea that we wanted to possibly put some funds towards either one of the like flowers or little gifts or whatever they do um, from the funeral home, or we started talking about some other alternatives. Well, somebody reminded me when the market song was playing at the end of the last day of the billing cycle, and I saw it. So I immediately stopped, went back on, and it was not that many people. So just to catch you guys up that missed out or that went home or went to bed or whatever the heck y'all did, that's catching you up to speed. And so there was a couple of ideas. One of them was to I'm trying to get all my thoughts together because I get excited when I hang out with you guys. I really do. I have to like slow my roll sometimes. I have to slow my roll sometimes because to me, this is like my friendly, fun hangout. Even if I'm doing market, I still see it that way. And it's just a great time, and it's my time, it's y'all's time, and we just get to do stuff that we like and love. You know what I mean? So I get very excited about it. And sometimes I need to settle my butt down. So anyway, there was a couple of suggestions about some organizations or whatever that we could possibly do, like Parkinson's organizations and all of that stuff. Well, I was thinking and praying, and I came up with the thought of possibly doing, now, you guys, I'm not opposed to any one of y'all's ideas, okay? So anything that I say, like I see us as together a group. So like my opinion, your thoughts, my thoughts, I kind of categorize them the same because it's a market. And I feel like we're all together. So I value your opinion and your ideas just the same as I would. Okay. So just because I'm the like initiator or, the conductor, if you will, I'm not opposed to changing stuff. I'm not bound to anything. I'm not tied to anything. Nothing's going to hurt or help or anything of sort. Okay. Just I'm neutral, just like you guys. Okay. So anyway, so I thought the best thing to do is, some people want to give, some people don't. The most important thing I think is, number one, don't feel bad. Now, I can't make you do anything, but what I'm suggesting is, number one, don't feel bad. Don't feel bad to, don't feel bad not to, because, this is kind of like a bonus, right? It's not that serious. It's really not. Don't feel bad. Um, that's number one. Number two, I know that is very hard sometimes for people to feel comfortable and feel like people are not going to judge them and whatever. So, like, for instance, if I were to give $1 and that's what I wanted to give, like, don't ever feel embarrassed and then somebody else is giving 20 or 10. Like, to me, that's silly because anything is better than nothing. But even if nothing is what you can give, your heart is there, your mind is there, your spirit is there, and that's giving, right? To me, that's what I think. That's what I feel. I can't make you feel any different, but I would suggest that. And there's that. That's how I would be. I wouldn't look to the left or the right or even worry about anything because by next week or next month, nobody's going to remember half this crap. And if you do, wonderful. Awesome. You know what I'm saying? Remember your totals. Remember you got a bill. Remember what you bought. I mean, seriously. So there's that. People don't really pay attention like that. It's just something I think people go through and think. Maybe you've had a bad experience before in your life, or a couple or people suck that you have been around, but we don't. I darn sure don't suck. We don't. And I don't mean to be boastful or not humble. I'm just saying, like, a lot of people think oddly and they don't think right. And it's okay. It's really okay. You don't have to think right, but don't feel some type of way because no one really cares for real. We're all the same. We all bleed the same. We all think the same. We all feel the same. Seriously. And if you're that jerk, then you don't need to be around anyways. Like, for real, you need to fix yourself. Anywho, sorry, I have to digress sometimes. So this is what I was thinking, and I'm not opposed to anything. Please add the form for my friend. Hey, Robin! Tina. Thank you. Hey, Robin. I'm so sorry, Robin. Forgive me. The form. Great question. Poor Robin just got ignored. Sheesh. Robin, sometimes when I talk, it's hard for me to pay attention, talk, and focus. I'm about to get you the form. And welcome. Yeah, because if you're participating in the giveaways or if you want to do market or whatever, you're already registered. You're good to go. Tina. Thank you, Tina. Okay, so this is what I was thinking. I'm getting the form really quick, Robin. For some reason, I didn't put it in the description. This one and only video out of 6 years. Oh, dear. So I have to just take 1 minute to like copy and paste it. Okay, here it is. So this is what I was thinking. I was thinking, depending the total, okay, depending the total of what people contribute, because I don't want no minimum, I don't want no maximum, I don't want anything that you don't want to do. And please don't feel any type of way. Like, really. Hey, Robin! She said, hi, I'm Robin. Hey. We have another Robin, too. What is up with these names, though? The at thing in the chat. Isn't it ugly? You remember last billing cycle, you guys? People were having problems. Here's one of the garbage changes, probably. I'm going to see if I can turn this crap off. Live chat, replay. No. I don't even know what this is. Focus, Keisha. Focus. Because I can't even read through that. It's kind of cumbersome. I already struggle reading sometimes. Now it's like at whatever. Like, I don't even know what it says. Lord. Okay, so these are the things that are important to me. So I don't have any rhyme or reason, but what I was thinking is this. I am a person that likes to be very transparent, okay? And I like to be honest and I like to be fair. Okay? Like, and actually do it. There's one thing to like it and there's one thing to actually like it and do it. I'm just saying, hey, it's okay. I still like you. But if you're that person, you're that person. It's okay. Um, and so what I was thinking was whoever, so like the next first market, if you will, the regular market, because I normally don't talk like this and have all this crap on my desk, okay? So, but I'm not opposed to selling tonight if that's what you want to do when I finish, okay? But I gotta finish. So what I think is if we all told in the chat, because the chat in the video is always here and it's always evident. I know sometimes the chat is hidden. I purposely do that. There's reasons why. People's had problems and nosy, and I don't like drama. So I try to avoid at all costs, anything that could be like Murphy's Law, should be, whatever. I try my hardest. Okay. Now, there's that. But it's just a click of a button. So just letting you know, just like a setting, it's just a click of a button. So if I ever wanted to chat back or not back, it's just a click of the button. That's it. So anyways, I feel like whoever wants to contribute, whether it's 25 cents, 10 cents, I mean, anything, zero, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. No one's judging. No one cares. No one, it's just something that if you want to do, you do. But I want people to type what they have sent or put towards in the chat so that everything is clear, everything is transparent, everything can be visible by not just my eyes or your eyes. It's visible so that in case there's funny business, here it is on live. Here it is on a video, because once this live ends, it's going to be a video, right? And so that way it keeps everything on the up and up. It keeps everything transparent so that there's no funny business. Okay. But my favor is this. Please don't feel any type of way because you put in 25 cents or you put in $300. It doesn't matter. Do you understand that? It doesn't matter. Or if you just don't put anything, it doesn't matter. That's what I want y'all to understand. It doesn't matter. Okay. No one can plan this. No one's a part of this or is a part of it. If you want to, do it. So I have 2 people who already did. And I'll just verbally say these people, Margallo and Tina. Margallo put 10, Tina put 20. Okay. And so when we do the regular market, like how we normally do it, I'll ask everybody, whoever wants to send it in and type in the chat what you sent. So that way everything's transparent, clear, and on the up and up, right? And then there's that. So Margallo and Tina, you two would type in what you sent in that day as well. Okay. Even though it's on video now, just type it in the chat that day as well. Okay. So, that's it. Let's see. I thought about to put it on the invoice as like an cool confusion. You can call me. Wait. To save from confusion, you can call me Lynette. Hey, Anastasia. Okay, cool. Whatever you want to do is fine with me. Lots of people have nicknames, and that sounds good to me. And welcome. Thank you. I'm going to check the form in just a second to make sure I have your information. Technology is stupid sometimes, as you can see. And then that way you're good to go. If you did move or if any of your information changes, email me. Email me. It should be under any one of these videos except for today. The form is not there, nor my email, but every other video, yes. And just let me know what information has changed if it does, right? Because I'm not going to know what's right and wrong looking at the form. I just kind of do stuff in repetition for the most part. So there's that. And of course, if you have any questions, let us know. Hey, I see you. Okay, let me make sure. Cool. I have you. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. You're not too far from me. You're not too far from me. So anyway, hey, didn't tell, I know. Patty, you have to get on the contact list. I didn't really contact too many people tonight because it was a little different and it was late. I get nervous about it being late, you guys, with contacting you. Let me know if you guys don't care, but like if it's like late and your phone buzzes, then to me it's like, who the heck is that? Is everything okay? You know, and I don't know. I just get nervous about that when it gets too late. But Patty, put your butt on the contact list. Just let me know via email how you want me to contact you, and I got you. You know, and if it's through Facebook or a message or email, it doesn't matter. So anyways, what I was thinking, back to Mitzi Moo's thing, is um is what I was thinking was, I'm trying to get my thoughts together. I don't know what the heck I was thinking. I was thinking, depending on the total, instead of picking like a flower, you know, from the the funeral home that they have, um, instead of doing that or picking a present from there, I was thinking, depending on the total, see what we can afford. See what our options are after people are sending in stuff. Because if we pick something prior, to me, that's like putting the cart before the horse. Because now you picked it, people are thinking that, and what if we don't have enough? Or what if we have too much? So doing it this way, to me, it's like, it's a better thing. And then what I was also thinking was, he's living, right? Currently. And so getting him possibly like a food gift card or something to that nature, or maybe a food gift card and something else nice or whatever the heck, um, I think would probably be better than just flowers that die. But you guys still tell me your ideas and your opinions, and we'll just go with whatever everybody thinks. You know, like majority, how I normally roll. Um, because, you know, I personally would enjoy food. I personally would enjoy food and drinks, you know, versus flowers, obviously, right? Because I said they die. So mean. They had other gifts, like different like blankets and plaques, and you could get her name like cursive and then have like a little rose. It's like a metal like hanger type thing. You know, they can hang on his wall, or a little when she was born and when she passed. Um, and if you're new, it was a vendor who recently passed, unexpected. Um, so that's what is happening. And we called her Mitzi Moo. So that's what we're talking about, and that's what's happening. So anyways, what do y'all guys think? So that's number one. Yeah, or something like that, or a wind chime. Yeah, and I'm gonna write down all of this stuff. Like, this is the two people who donated already, and I'm gonna write down y'all's ideas as well. Because I'm not opposed to anything. And then once I write it down, when it's time, I can say, hey, these are the ideas and the suggestions from this list. What do you guys want? Because again, I mean, we can pick 10 things. It doesn't matter. But I feel like we should just contribute and then see what the total is. And being that it's all going to be in the chat, everybody can see, and, you know, just don't feel bad. That's the one thing that I'm like, please. You know, because I get it. I know some humans are like, oh, she gave 10 and I only gave $1. And who gives a darn? Or, oh, I didn't give anything because I just didn't want to, or I didn't know her. Whatever the reason is, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Y'all are weighing way too much crap. If that is you, it doesn't matter. No one really cares. You care more than anyone else. Okay, so wind chime. How do I get on? Deal. You email me. You probably already heard. I just read the chat 20 minutes later, Patty. Sorry. Wind chime. I saw that. Gift card. Yeah, stuff like that. Like wind chime's nice too. I didn't even think about that. See, this is why y'all have to be here, because y'all are smart. Towards expenses, so gift card, that could be food, Visa, and I'll just say Visa. Of course, there's other MasterCard, which is terrible, but there's other, I get it. I'll just put Visas. That's kind of like cash. Food. What else? Hey, Sarah. Maybe a nice card. This is also what I was thinking. Okay, so it's impossible to get a card, send it to everybody, and hope that everybody sends it. That's like a nightmare, and that will take 10 years. Okay, so this is what I was thinking. If you guys wanted to write a nice little email, because then it's no postage, it's free, I can print it. I know that it's not handwritten. It's okay. It's okay. It's not that serious. He doesn't know any part of this. He doesn't even know about any of this stuff. The husband. So anyways, write a nice little email. I'll print it. And if I feel froggish to cut it out, or, put it on a nice little whatever, I'll handle that part of it. But then that way y'all can say whatever if you wanted to, instead of like signing a card or signing your name and waiting for me to get it in the mail and all that crap. Like, no. Okay. It's not that serious. Donation to, okay, wait. Does her obituary? Yeah. So no. So I can pull it up again, because again, it was given at the very last, like, kind of second. When I signed everybody, like, hey, good night, everybody. And then I like got back on because I saw somebody chat. And I showed the website. Then let me pull it up and I will show you guys what we were looking at last time, just quickly. And then I'm going to go back into the chat and write down what I missed, because I'm sure I missed some stuff. Well, I know I missed stuff because I only wrote down 2 things. Okay, so let me go back. Okay, here it is. So by the way, you guys can look it up too, because he told me that I can give it to you guys. And it is called www.simplycremation GB Green Bay. She lived in Wisconsin, Green Bay. She was a Green Bay Packers fan. So simplycremationgb.com. So that is the people. And then what I did was I pressed the little, so here's the website. I know it's going to be a little hard. I pressed this little thing. Oops. And it says obituaries. I think she's still in here. I'm not sure. So I went to obituaries, and then I just kind of looked for her name. Her real name is Mindy. And I just kind of looked for her name. Now I know what she looks like. That's the first time I've ever seen her, was this. He thought we did Zoom all the time. And I was like, no. No. And he was like, well, I was surprised because she doesn't really like her picture taken. And so I wasn't sure. The hubby. Let me see. And I don't know how long this stuff's. Oh, there it is. So that's her, in case you missed it. And what is interesting, I think, is that she was 75. I did not know that. So if you guys have seen her in the chat and talking, and you guys remember her screen name was Mitzi. I just didn't know she was of age like that. So anyway, so then you click her picture that I just showed, and it pulls her little thing up, and it talks all about the wonderful things of who she is, what she did, blah 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 blah. And I don't mean to sound like that, but we've already read it. And you can go back and you can read it. So then there is a book. It says a beautiful bound keepsake book filled with memories and condolences from family and friends. Well, I told him I added to that to share a memory. And so yeah, so I signed and wrote a little something something in there. So anyways, so it says at the bottom you can also plant trees, you can send flowers. I know it's a little hard to see, but anyways, so there's that. So when you go to, I think send flowers, nope. Oh wait, that is it. Send flowers, then it shows all of these flowers that you can send. Oh dear. You can send, if you can see it, there we go. And to me, I mean, I understand it's a place and I understand flowers are expensive, but to me, this is wasteful. I mean, it's nice and I get it, and I know people love flowers, but if you look at these prices and stuff, that's very wasteful to me. But again, I'm not opposed to doing whatever, okay, you guys? So don't even think that I'm not. I have my own opinion, just like you have your own opinion, and there's that, and we'll come together with majority. Okay, so most of these are around the 100, and then it goes up crazy, right? So there's flowers, then you can, up here, it says you can do trees, gifts, memory books. So we pressed gifts the last time. The gifts are pretty inexpensive. But they may not be stuff that I don't know. Like, I don't know what's right and wrong. I've never went through this. So I don't know if he wants to see. I mean, I don't see why not, but at the same time, I thought that was cute. Like her name with the metal like rose that he can hang somewhere. But anyways, um there's just different things. But like if he was to meet somebody else, like I don't know how it's supposed to work, right? So let me just hear me out. And y'all correct me and help me to learn these things. But like what if he had a new wife at a later time or something like that? Like is that appropriate? I don't know. I mean, it's not that you would hide her and the other wife was probably going to know, but I'm just saying like I don't know what's right and wrong. I don't know. I've never been through it, so I don't know. So there's that. Um, donation to help with the expenses is always helpful and appreciated. See, things are very expensive. You're right. Just sign our names as okay. That's cool too. I'm good with that. Okay. So donation in her memory to local community college art department. See, Patty Rose, I'm not opposed to that, but I'm going to tell you one thing. So one of the things. Why am I writing your name? I don't know. Why am I writing your name, Patty Rose? I don't know. But I was supposed to write down what you said. um, so when we were talking about, because she had Parkinson's, he had no clue about it. He actually told me he had to Google it and find out what it is, what it does, how it affects stuff, blah, 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 blah. So when we were talking, somebody else was suggesting to look up that organization or whatever. And I started telling her she found all the information or whatever. I don't know what's up with my camera, but she found the information or whatever. And the more that I thought about it, the more I'm like, I don't know if they're supportive or not of it. So now we're bringing money that he could have used per se, or been a little bit more enjoyable than something he may not have supported. I don't know. All I know is what he told me. That's all I know. That's it. And so he didn't know much about the disease. He didn't know much about it. He didn't even really know she had it until the doctors told him. Because she didn't tell him a whole lot. And we're guessing that's a way that she protected him. Some people don't do that, don't share your health things, for whatever reasons. And so anyways, so then we kind of ruled that out only because it seems like it may not be the best idea. But again, I'm not opposed to that either. So it's like whatever you guys think for majority, I'm okay with. It's not all about me and what I think. I have no clue. Just like you guys. I have no clue. You know what I mean? It's a Memorial Garden stone. And we also have to think too, like, what would a man like? Because that's who's getting it. And I guess he would like anything because he doesn't know. And so anything is like nice. But at the same time, like, we got to be smart with it. Like, I wouldn't say go get a dress. I mean, I'm just saying, and maybe he likes wearing dresses. I don't know. But I'm just saying, we got to be smart with it, I think. Yeah. You made him a bracelet. Oh, cool, Anastasia. Now, I do know he's also a Green Bay Packers fan because he was telling me. She said it too. Like, there was a lot of times that she was, doing the market, and she's like, I can't be at the market right now. I've got to watch my team. And I'm like, you're fine. You don't have to tell me. It's good. Okay. Hope they win. Hey, Jan. Jan, how have you been, Jan? Okay, so art department donation. And the reason why I see comments and then I tell you stuff is because it's hard for me to remember all the things we talked about, me and hubby. And so I'm just sharing them as it comes to my mind. Art department donation. I'm just going to sum it up. Okay, I'm back. If we're giving ideas, yeah, of course. A gift to her husband. He can use needed for a memorial. Wait. My suggestion is just give it to her husband. That I've done, and I'm okay with anything. Cool. You did? Cool, Jan. How have you been? You been okay? Okay, so I think I wrote down everything. All health issues. Okay. So now let me, I'll keep you in my thoughts and prayers, Miss Jan. So let me ask you guys this, because y'all know more than I do in this regard, right? You've probably been through this, or you know somebody, or you just know stuff, right? I haven't, as you've heard 500 times already now. Sorry. Okay, so I know for like certain presents, like certain holidays, getting a $8 gift card. I'm not saying you're not grateful. I'm not saying that. Okay. But to me, it brings a lot more, how do I put this? I'm trying to just tell you guys and not put it any special way, but I'm trying to get my thoughts out of my lips. So like it could be potential, like, and I know it's not right, but I'm just speaking truth and I'm speaking human. Okay. You could curl your lip at $8, right? And again, hear me out. Anything's better than nothing. I'm not saying that, but you have to understand humans are humans, period. Okay. But if you got them a nice gift that was $7.50 because it was on sale or whatever, it was $8, okay? Because we only had $8. Let's just pretend. To me, it brings a different meaning than seeing an $8 gift card. Because now you're trying to figure out, what can I buy with this? I've got to put my money towards it. Not saying that they are not going to go to McDonald's anyways and spend $10, and the $8 will help. But do you see what I'm saying? But tell me if I'm wrong or right. Does that matter? Like, for real. Now, I know it depends on per person. For me, it wouldn't matter, but for others, it might. And I don't know. That's why I'm asking. I have no idea. Do y'all see what I'm saying? And I know it's wrong and whatever, but people are people. Okay? We're all sinners. Just saying. So we all think about that. So that's number one. Okay, I'm going to switch gears so we can move on to some other things. I think we talked a lot about the topics. Oh, let me tell you about how to send it. Sorry, I digressed. Or it doesn't matter. Now, y'all have to be transparent and tell me your opinion as if we're just on the phone talking by ourselves. Because I really don't know. And I know it's wrong and blah, 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 blah. But let me tell you something. When I get in the car sometimes, I go faster than the speed limit. That's just as wrong. So you can't weigh what's right and what's wrong. You know, if you speed in the car, meaning if you go past that speed limit, you're just as wrong as judging that $8. I'm just saying. So, it's no different. Breaking stuff and sinning is all the same. Okay? So, it's just like a white lie, a small lie is a lie. No matter what, it's still a lie. I have some input. Yay! Have input. I love that. Result, immediate family sends flower. Yep. See, and I don't even know any part of that. He told me that they had a they had a celebration. It was the first time that they ever, not a funeral, it was a celebration. He said it just like that. And he said, there was a couple of friends, there was family, and they had a celebration. That was the first time he ever did that. And he said he's planning on doing that for his mom and somebody else who's living, he said. Because it was a great time. I said, cool. Awesome. Why are you not talking about the gift card thing? Y'all have so many opinions, but you don't want to talk about that. Don't be judgy. It's okay. You can talk. No one's going to care. No one's going to care. What do y'all think about that? It doesn't matter. Like the gift card thing. Like even if it was like $2.50, I'm just saying like $1.99, that would still be okay. I don't know. So I'm asking. To me, I would weigh my option depending on the total. We know we already have 30. That is clear. We already have 30. I didn't contribute anything yet because I want to see what's happening and where I need to fill the void. I'm still going to, contribute what I was going to contribute anyways, but I still want to wait, because if I need to put a little bit more, I will, to get to whatever I think is good. What we agree upon, to make it even or to make it better. Like, let's just say we only had $5.99. Well, then I would contribute to make it $10. So it's a better number. And use it for donations, nonprofit, people that send us flowers. We love them and donated them to the hospital to give to people. Oh, cool. You guys are so cool. So it looks like we've got a lot of ideas. Okay, so let me tell you this, and thanks for sharing your ideas and opinions always. If you think of any, keep writing them or whatever. Also, just we're gonna finish up this and then we can move on to other things. See, this is why I didn't want to necessarily do this during the market because I knew this was gonna be a little bit longer than normal. And I didn't want to take part of what we know to market, selling and buying and all of that with all of this stuff. You know what I mean? So I knew that. That's why I wanted to kind of do it like this. And then we can transform whatever we want after we get done. I'm good with that. But I didn't want to do this first and then market per se. This long chit chat ideas and all that stuff. So I at first was going to, I told you guys, if you've heard or if you've been here, and if you haven't, now you hear, where there's a tip option on your invoice. But when I was thinking about it, some people may want to donate $1 or $5 or $2,000. I'm just giving every number under the sun, or 1 cent. Um, uh, but they may not have an order. So putting it on the invoice is not the smartest idea, in my opinion, because number one, PayPal takes part of a fee. Every time I send an invoice, I pay fees on y'all's invoice. Okay. That's just the price of rice. That's the price of using PayPal. And no, I don't want to switch right now. I'm good. And their fees are kind of high. So a portion of your tip is going to be part of a fee. So now you're kind of not doing, it's kind of redundant. It doesn't make sense, right? The best thing to do is friends and family, so that way it is the full amount. And if you don't know how to do that, or if you don't have a PayPal account and you want to donate anything, then let me know and I can send you a request. And that way you don't have to have a PayPal account, and that way you don't have to figure out how to do it. Because if it comes in as goods and services, it's not going to be your full amount that you paid for. PayPal will take part of it. And for invoices, that's necessary and needed and protected. And that's what I do of running a business. But for this, it's something different. And I don't want part of your money going towards PayPal for this. So that's the best thing. And then once you send it in, you're going to type it in the chat. So that way it's clear, transparent, and everybody is on the up and up, just in case there's funny business like, no, I gave you $5. No, you didn't. Yes, I did. And now you have drama. Not saying anybody's like that, but you just never know. And I just don't do stuff, in case. Your medicine might change and you might get crazy. I don't know what's going to happen. Or I might be a liar. It might be on my end and not you guys's. I might say, no, you didn't give me any money, and run off with it. God forbid. But I'm just saying. So this is why I do what I do, so that everybody is, it's all transparent, all clear. Okay. And don't feel weird because you put in 1 cent. If that's what you wanted to give or whatever, then that's what you did. So what? It's wonderful. Doesn't matter. Good night, Wombat. Okay, I will. Thank you. Thanks for hanging. Sweet dreams, my dear. Oh, and Wombat, we're going to be on for sure regular market, God willing, tomorrow, Sunday. I'm going to probably do it after church when the princeling goes to sleep. That's my intention, plan, hope. We'll see. But that's what I'm thinking to start it off. Hey, Lady V. Keisha, did the hubby sound like he was with it and able to live okay being alone? Yeah. Yeah. I was very surprised, Jan. Yeah. While, during, and after, no sound of sorrow, no sound of misbeaten. He sounded just like me, very enthusiastic, very together. And then there was a couple of times after that we chatted, because we chat all the time now. Okay, he's like my BFF now, or I'm his BFF. I don't know which one is what. Bless his heart. He's funny. Um, anyways, there was a couple of times that he went down a path of memory lane and cracked up a little bit. Um, Teared up a little bit. I could hear it. I could hear him crying a little bit. Um, and that was it. You know. So he seems okay. He seems fine. As far as I can tell. So, and he's not alone either, technically. I'm sure a lot, he did tell me that Mindy was an awesome person, and, a wish, a wish, a wish. And I got him out of that wish thinking. Okay. Hope in one hand and wish in the other. I did get him out of that. I put him in a whole different perspective. But anyways, and he was like, "You're right. That's true." Um, And I agree. And I'm like, yeah, don't feel guilty. That's the number one that people, sometimes do. Oh, I wish I would have spent more time and blah, 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 blah. Stop that. Of course, I said more words than that. But anyways, I put his mind in a different perspective. But there's a son there. He's an older man, obviously, and he's been there. He's been there when I was talking to her. Because there was a time that I actually talked to him on the phone too. Yep. Cool, Patty Rose. I will contribute 20. I will definitely, as soon as I get it, I will write it down on the paper. If you already have sent it, then I'll write it down on the paper. And also First Market, which is technically tomorrow. Now, I'm not saying we're not going to sell anything tonight. If you guys want to, we can. But it's not going to technically be full regular market until tomorrow. When that happens, type it in again in the chat. When I'm like, hey, whoever contributed, blah, 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 put in the chat what you did. Okay. That way everything's the same. Yeah, they're grown kids. Yeah, she's 75, or she was 75, which is still mind-blowing. And I think he told me he's in his late 60s. I want to say 66 or 68 or something, 69. It's hard for me to remember because I mess with a lot of numbers. And his stories are very long. His stories are very long, which is so surprising because she was so quiet, even on the phone, you guys. She was quiet. There was times I'm like, hello, are you still on the phone with me, Mitzi Moo? What the heck? Are you here? And she would laugh because I would always like poke her and push her and, bring her to the forefront of life. And he teased me and he said, oh, you're the one that turned my wife out. I said, I don't know about all that, but yeah, I have something to do with that. I don't know to that degree, sir. It's funny. So he was laughing, but she was very quiet, a lot of times. And I didn't talk to her a whole lot. There's other vendors and also customers that I talk to on the phone a lot more chit chatty about like everything under the sun. She wasn't really one of them, to be honest with you. I mean, there was times where we would talk about the dog, or her health, or what she's working on, or something cool that happened with her son or something like that, but it was not often. And it was mainly just business talk, like here's your totals, here's who paid, here's who didn't pay, we're going live next week or whatever. And that was pretty much it. So, a lot of this stuff is very mind-blowing to me because I didn't know how much life and how much like appreciation and how much I really meant to her for real. I know she thanked me a lot, but evidently I impacted her a lot more than what I thought and knew, which is mind-blowing and amazing. And you guys, I don't know if you know this or not, but so she was sick in the hospital before she actually passed, and I got the opportunity to talk to her. And she couldn't talk at all. She did say a couple of words, which he even was surprised because he didn't even she wouldn't even really talk to him. She couldn't. She could barely breathe. She had some other issues along with the Parkinson's while she was in the hospital. And one of the reasons why she went into the hospital is because she had pneumonia. I guess that's how you say it. Um, with the Parkinson's, and I think that cocktail of stuff like really like, you know, kind of put her down. I wouldn't say over because we don't know, right? But anyway, he called me before he called. They have two sons, and one's there and one lives in Arizona. And he called me before he called the other son. And I was like, wait, what? Wow. Like I was I thought it was her because he called from her phone. And I was like, where the heck have you been? Blah, 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 blah. I didn't even say hello. I was like, where, I just kind of went off when I answered the phone. And he was so quiet the whole time. And finally he was like, this is her husband. And I'm like, oh dear, I'm sorry. Forgive me. Scratch that. Is everything okay? And he was like, no. So anyways, that's how that went. Yeah, I was very shocked because she didn't talk a lot about him either, so I didn't really know. Uh, Hey, everyone, is this my ride near or here? Is this my ride near or here? Well, it can be here or near or there. It's whatever you want, and welcome. I can't even read half of these people's names. I don't even know what's happening. Music Club. Hey. Lady V, I do see you. Hey. Good night, Patty. Thank you so very much for hanging out. Tina, what is Tina saying? I'm past the sad stuff. I got to put my dog. Oh, okay. Okay. I got it. I'd rather get on it. Yes. Okay. Tina, I hear you, my dear. So let's switch. Yes, Patty Rose. Out of respect for what's going on and people, we've talked along about it. And if we're going to talk more. Okay. Yes, Patty Rose. So my email is the same as PayPal, and it's the same as you get your invoice. All of that's the same. I don't know. It's stupid, Africa. Stupid. And yes, Tina, I will keep you in my thoughts and prayers. You know I'm here for you, my friend. Call me. I'll help you the best I can. You know this. We go way back. Yeah, I don't know, Africa. It's dumb. Okay, switching gears. And thank you guys. Switching gears. Here we go. This stuff. You see this stuff on my desk. I'm working on a sewing quote unquote themed kit. I wanted to ask you guys something. What is too much? Meaning, okay, so if it has a bunch of fabulous stuff in it, and I'm not just saying that because you can be the judge of it. Obviously, you're going to see all the stuff in it when it's time to buy the kit. But I'm just wondering, what is too expensive for a kit? Is there such a thing? Like what would be the most you guys, okay, I guess my question is this. I know it depends on what's in it. I know it depends on what you get and all that other stuff because I am not always on this side of the counter, so I do understand. But I'm just wondering, what price do you think is the most you would spend for a kit? That's the question I'm asking. Because the reason I'm asking is because I don't want to put a bunch of stuff in and a bunch of time in when I can just and it be like, let's just say, for instance, it's not going to be $75. I'm just throwing that out there. It's not going to be $75. But I'm just saying, if it was $75 and it's too high for everyone, I don't have to put all of the stuff in the one kit. I can break it up because that might be too much for most people. You see what I'm saying? So what is the most you would pay for a kit that is fabulous? Because I don't want to waste my time either. Like, I can break it up. You know what I mean? And so, and then that would offset the cost. $50, yeah. That makes sense. Keisha, money sent. Oh, cool. Okay, you're welcome. Oh my gosh, it just started raining, you guys. And I hope this dog of my husband's, I'm going to call it of my husband's, but really it's of ours. It's his girlfriend, the dog. It's his girlfriend. I'm about to check right now, Patty. His girlfriend. I hope she doesn't wake up the baby. Gosh, because the rain, you know, with dogs, and they act crazy. Some dogs do, and this one does. Margallo, you are funny. You are the sweetest ever. So, Patty Rose, where did you send it? Let me log into PayPal. I don't see it in my email. Margallo, oh my gosh. You are so sweet. Thank you. And I wasn't necessarily talking about you, just FYI. Total ad block. Wait, what does that even mean? Total, what does total ad block mean? Thank you. Max 30, max 50, 45 to 50, 50. Oh my gosh. Thank you guys so very much. Because you know what I was thinking for this? Honestly, the reason why I'm asking is because I was thinking 45. Honestly, I told my son so he can verify. But it's gonna have all types of stuff, and yes, fabric, multiple fabrics. I'm trying to tell you these, and I'm not just pumping it up. Now I may, you know, alter it a little. If I do, it'll be less, not more. So the max for this would be 45, but I may alter it depending on how I look at it when it gets done. So it's either going to be 45 or less. Just saying. I don't see where you sent it, Patty Rose. No, I logged into PayPal. It's not there. I looked at my email. It's not there. So you must have spelled my name wrong. A good friend always referred to her husband's dog. Yeah. Who? Oh, I'm in for fabric. Fabric who? Wait, what? Hey, what does this even mean? $3 was sent to me, and it says total ad block. What does that even mean? Oh, dear. She has to be hanging out in the background. Come to the forefront and tell me what the heck that means. You paid $3 to block the ads? Oh my gosh. See, you spelled my name wrong. It's IE. MOMMYKIESHA. It happens all the time. That's how I knew. So, I'm excited, and this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do embossing. I talk crazy. I'm sorry. I'm going to emboss some cardstock with I know you can't really see because of the glare, with 3 embossing folders as well. And I'm also going to do all of these die cuts on cardstock. And I have all of these sewing theme stamps. So I'm going to stamp these and this fabulous stamp. So in addition to a bunch of other crap. Okay. And I'm going to give some of this. This is really fabulous. And then I'm going to give some of these. These are really cool too. They look like patterns. And I'm going to give patterns, vintage patterns. Most all of the fabric is vintage. I don't know if you care about that or not. But I say that because I like vintage, so it matters to me. But it may not matter to you guys. Lady V. What are you saying, Lady V? Do you guys want me to show you some of the other stuff? Lots of charms, needle. I mean, the whole 9. When I say the whole 9, I mean the whole. It's going to be like you can create at least probably 2, if not more, journals, if that's what you wanted to do with it. Obviously, you can look at it. You cannot create nothing with it. You can create something totally different. Washi tape. I mean, all types of stuff. It's all going to be really fabulous. And I'm not just hyping it up. You'll see. Like, I don't play around when it comes to stuff. So all of this stuff will be distributed. These are square. Oh, where's my camera? I don't even know what I'm doing. All of these are handmade antique quilt squares, hand stitched. A lot of these have the bark cloth. You're gonna get a couple of these. I mean, look, I'm trying to tell you, I don't mess around. All these fabulous charms. They're all sewing theme. You're going to get clips. I mean, just the whole, look at ribbon. It's going to be the cutest ever. Okay. I'm just saying. Buttons on the card. You're going to get different ones. You're going to get this little cute little needle holder thingy, and it's going to have these big needles. So if you wanted to, I don't know what these needles are called. Sorry. I just don't know. I don't have all the answers. But I know my lighting sucks tonight. It's okay. They're the big eyed needle. So if you wanted to sew in your signatures, you can. And they're not that sharp. So I don't know what kind of needles those are. All types of stuff, you guys. This ain't even half of it. You're going to get these little papers to embellish, all these kinds. You're going to get several different kinds of these. Different ones. You're going to get some leather, made with love, little things. Okay, so that's that basket. I'm telling you, it's going to be really fabulous. I'm excited because I'm getting all this stuff out for these kits. I myself probably am going to create very slowly a journal too, because it looks so fun. It looks very fun. Okay, so now that's not all. You're going to get this very cute. You couldn't have it because I only had one French postcard that looked like this, but I printed them on cardstock, and I know I suck at this one. That's why I printed them 100 times. So you're going to get the real full. This is a little girl. So I had to copy it because I only have the one. She's on her little sewing machine. Okay. And it's French. Okay, so I did that. Wait, there's more. Lots more. And then I made these once upon a time. These little things. When I was doing craft fairs, I made these little things. And I also made the little matchbox as well. So cute kits. Get it? And they have buttons and little scissors and needles and thread, you know, the little sewing kit stuff. So I'm going to put some of those in there. Just wait. I'm not even done yet. Embroidery floss, like I said, vintage patterns, like the whole real pattern. And now here's your fabrics. Ooh. Fabulous. All of these fabrics are vintage. So we have this one with the paper dolls. And again, my lighting sucks tonight. It's okay. The little paper dolls fabric with pink. I'm going to divvy these out the best that I can because these are just like parts and stuff of all sewing themes. So we've got this. So I'm going to try my best to like divvy it out the best that I can. These, just all this sewing themed fabrics. So fun. Look at this fabulous one. Okay. Then I also have these, which I'm going to poke a hole through the top so it can be a little dangle. So you're going to get, what is this called? A thimble. I've said too many words already. A thimble. And I'm going to poke a hole or drill a hole through the top. And then I have a little eye screw thing so you can dangle it if you want to use it as a dangle. And safety pins, bulb pins. I'm trying to think what else. Straight pins, all types of stuff. All types of stuff. And then these are just the little tiny papers. These papers are fabulous, you guys. Okay, they're all sewing themed. Sorry if it's upside down or not right, but just you get the idea. They're all like fabulous, okay? I'm trying to think of all the things. There's more. Because it's not all around me. This just happens to be around me because it's too much crap already. Yeah. I might even, so I'm going to do some laces that kind of match the paper and they're going to be vintage laces. Match the paper and the fabric just in case you want to use it all, then it'll match. These little tiny things, these are little spools. As you can tell, there's little ones. I have bigger ones than this. They're all wooden. What I was thinking about doing with this is super cute is wrapping embroidery floss. I have a whole bag of those. I'm going to include some of these as well. But I'm going to wrap some embroidery floss. And I'm going to put some string if you want to hang it for a dangle too, because it has a hole straight through it. So I'm going to do that. And then you're also going to get, you know, a couple of DMC, not this one, because this one looks like just, this is not the right one that I'm thinking. But, you know, the regular one. It's in here somewhere. This one. Embroidery floss. I'm going to do different colors that kind of match the papers and match the fabric just in case you want to use it all. And then I also made, hey BFGM, I know, right? I might also put, you guys, depending, because I want to be generous, but I have to be careful, right? Y'all probably think, no, you don't have to be careful. My max is wanting to be 45, but I said once I get done, if I don't think it's worth 45, I'm not going to put it for 45 just because y'all gave a suggestion. So I have to be, you know, kind of, I don't want to like, you know, overdo it because that defeats the purpose of selling it. Then I might as well just give it away. So I have to be kind of careful to some degree. I'm gonna try to show you too. So now y'all already had almost the full everything. Then I created these little cute little tags. They have a bulb pin at the top. Ooh, my lighting sucks tonight. They have a little bulb pin at the top, and I just inked it around and sewed these on. I think I sewed the thread and then glued these on. So I think I did. Here's that leather thing that I was telling you about. Handmade with happiness. Cute. So it's going to be so fun. Charms. Let me show you the charm. I might as well just go in depth. Then I won't have to go in too much depth. They're good charms. Okay. They're not just junk. Even though I do like junk, this ain't junk. Okay. There's some things that are junk. These ain't junk. I'm going to also put some vintage buttons in here, like loose ones. Pretty ones, plastic ones, all types, just to fill this glass little thing. You're going to get this as well, and it's going to have, it's going to be full. So these are the charms so far. Okay. So I'm not done. I just kind of started this. So fun. Thanks. Yeah, right? And I know for sure I have the scissor, the big scissor charm. I think it's like this big. If y'all been here for a while, like through the years, because I've been doing this 6 years, by the way. If y'all been here through the years, you've bought them from me before. It's just been a while. But they're like this big charm scissors, and I think they're bronze or copper or something. They're the darker one, the darker color. So yeah. I can go all out on a kit. I've been working on a lot of kits actually. Because kits are fun. You guys love kits, and they're fun to make. They're fun to like have all the things together. I recently did a boho kit. I'm done with that. This is my pink kit. So I'm done with that. I did an orange kit, a blue kit, a turquoise kit. I'm done with all of those. Trying to look around. Yeah, I've been doing a lot of stuff. Just doing all types of stuff. Now this just goes to show you how much crap I put in here. These are only 18. Napkins, bag. I mean, I'm telling you, it goes from all of this to fat quarters, all types of stuff. Okay, front and back. Like, I don't mess around. But y'all know, if you've bought kits from me before, bundles or whatever, you already know. Like, I have the funnest time. I'll show you the orange kit really quick. I love it. I'm just grabbing them. If you are talking to me, I can't see you. This one is like a floral. Then I have this blue one. I have a green one. I'm gonna just show you some of them. I've been having fun. Purple. I have a purple kit. This one's the green kit. Can barely see because the lighting sucks. Here's your green kit. Then here's your orange one. This one I think is floral kit. Yeah, floral. This one's the blue one. See, they're so fun. And they're very nice. So yeah. And so how I put it in like the box or the pack or whatever, when I get done with creating what goes in it, then I decide what it can fit. Like where, like it needs a bag or does it need a box or whatever. So yeah, I've been having a blast back here. I'm trying to show you some other stuff. Now, if you guys want to, here's the purple one. Hold please. I'm trying to see what else. Oh, I've been doing all types of stuff. I've been working very hard. This one is the teal. I think this is teal. So here's purple. I know it's very hard to see. Here's the purple kit. Everything's purple. Then we have this one that's like a mint or a teal. Oh, yeah. Okay. I have been. I have been busy. I've been doing so many different things. It's out of control. When are these kits available? Whenever you want. Whenever you want. They're ready. So it's whenever you want, honestly. Um, and I don't have a lot of each one because I wanted different ones. Can y'all hear me? Like way back here. I'm like way back in my room. Um, Trying to see what else. Oh, you guys. Yeah, I've been busy. It's so fun to do these things. So I go through my room. This is what happens. This is how it happens. I'm about to create a black one. Right now I have a black one in the works. So I go through my room. This is how this kit crap happens. Um I go through my room to try and rearrange it because I'm still trying to organize it from putting all of these bookshelves in here. Remember, you guys that have been here know. And so slowly, when I'm not like doing too much or it's late at night like this and the baby's sleeping and the billing's done and everything's done, I piddle in my room, right? And so I go to organize some of the stuff, and then I see like a couple of things that I'm like, ooh, that would look good together. Ooh, that would look good together. So then it puts me down that doggone path. Oh, steampunk. It puts me down that path. A farm. I'm thinking about us, not safari. What is it? Like animal. I guess it's like jungle or maybe it could be like Africa jungle. I don't really know what you call that one. Um, it's just animals. So I go through my room and that's what happens. That's what happens. And I'm like, ooh, this looks good together. And so now I'm down the rabbit hole of getting all this stuff together. And then I find more crap. So then I put it with it. And then here we are. So this is kind of like creating, just not really actually creating. Hey, sunshine. Hey, Lady V. I'm gonna need one of each. Oh, that's so sweet. Guess who's interested? Yeah. Woodland, I'm gonna try really, really hard. So let me show you. This is how the transformation happens. So I start going through stuff, right? And this is how it happens. And so I just put it all together like this. And when I go to do something else, which you can't really see nothing but a bunch of ribbons, but so then I go to do something else and I see something that would go good with it. And so now in my mind, I know, okay, I have this kit, this kit, this kit. And so then I just put it in the area and then it builds up and boom, wham, bam. So yeah, I'm excited because they're good. And I'm not just saying that, to be ugly. They're very fun. They're very fun. I just recently made this bag. I just made this bag. This is a canvas bag. This was actually a bag y'all rejected. I just made this one. I had fun. Yeah. So it's really pretty. And it's just a canvas bag that I inked, like distressed or whatever. And I printed her and then I just did my little whatevers. I like her. I like the way it turned out. And I also put with the little picker upper thingies that we sell sometimes, I put these little things on the lace. But yeah, this was a bag you guys rejected like 4 times. So I said, you know what? I'm going to create on this bag of rejection, and I'm going to guess that more people want it now than they did before. Yeah, this was the rejected bag. Yeah. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to put either bling or laces or something and fill the bag so that it's not just a bag, even though it's nice. It's just not a bag. Yeah, I like it. I like the way that it turned out. Hey, yeah, I don't know what's up with that stupid name stuff. So, do y'all want to watch me put together the sewing stuff? Do you want me to sell a couple of things? What do y'all want to do? So, let me tell you about our billing cycle, Robin, and whoever else is new or just don't remember or whatever. So our billing cycle is a week long. All the days we come on, no matter who I'm selling for, whether it's my stuff, their stuff, whatever stuff, it's all on one invoice and for combined shipping. And then I'll give you a date to start looking for your invoice. Um, because I have a 1-year-old now, and I have around 80 to 100 invoices a week. And so it's a lot. Plus I do like thousands of other things. Um and so anyway, 7 days long normally. If I sell tonight, I'm not going to count tonight. Okay? So technically it would be 8 cuz I'm wanting to possibly start tomorrow, or we can just start tomorrow and do whatever. See, it doesn't matter to me. That's the thing. Like I'm good with whatever. Um so 7 days long. I'll tell you a date to start looking for your invoice, and you have 24 hours to pay upon receipt. So when I tell you to start looking, you got to start looking every day, just once a day, and you'll get it and pay it, and boom, you're good. If you are late, then you're going to have an inconvenience fee of $15. So do not be late. Do not be late. Warning, do not be late. So what do y'all want to do? We can end, we can talk more, we can hang out, we can sell crap. It doesn't matter. I'm good with whatever. I just wanted to come on and do whatever. And that's what we're doing. Whatever. Isn't it bastard bedtime? Hey, Blue Room. Hey, Shane. Shane Shay. Hey. Don't play and hurt my family. Love them. See what happens. I love no matter what. Forgive. Don't forget. Peace. Oh, thank you. Yes, we love family too. And you can stay and hang out with us because we're good. We're good peoples. Um you guys, we don't have a sign up. Y'all are so funny. Listen, all I can tell you how many sewing kits I have because this is like equally the best to be equally, they're going to be similar but different, meaning, because I don't have, exactly all the 5 papers. So it's going to be just 5 of these, by the way. Just 5. So a lot of these kits are limited, right? I don't have like 107. And no pre-sale. No claiming. Y'all are funny. Because then I feel like it's unfair. But y'all are like, too bad they're not here. I don't care. Well, what if you weren't here? You would care then? Right? Look at all of y'all say like 20 different things. Um, it's hard for me to decide. Sure. Okay, so I'm trying to think. What do y'all think I should do? Y'all are so quiet. What do you think I should do? Okay, in the meantime, I'm going to continue this while y'all answer me. Because I don't know. I'm not opposed to anything. Tomorrow I'm getting up and going to church. So regardless, I don't have like forever as I normally would stay up, hecka late. I could probably stay up and wake up and get ready like I'm supposed to max. And I am central. So right now it is 12:21 or 12:19. I'm sorry. I was looking at the wrong clock. So anyway, I wouldn't, regardless, my max time with you guys would be 2. If I go to bed at like around 2, which if I end at 2, no matter what, I mean, that's the latest I would stay with you guys. Period. Or earlier, one of the two. But if you sell tonight, sell the animal kit. The animal kit's not done. Like, that would be a chintzy kit. I would be upset. Like, for real. It's not ready yet. I know I have some German scraps what is up with my camera? I know I have some German scraps that are animals. I want to add those. I know I have some fabric, more fabric. I want to add those. Africa, we're not going on your time. We're going on my time. She's like, that's good. Or you already knew that, Africa. Okay, so kits, probably, if you guys wanted a kit that is ready, I'll do that tomorrow, only because to me it's fairer. I try to be as fair as I can. I try. How is it unfair? Well, it's kind of late and no one knows we're doing market. Oh, okay. I figured you would know that. So, what we could buy, if you wanted to buy something, then we can sell vendor stuff. We can go down my path of stuff for a little bit. It's whatever. Or we can just hang out and talk. So, that would be your option. And we'll do kit tomorrow. If you want to do kit. Sewing kit's not going to be ready. It has to be the things that are ready. It makes me panic. Makes me have anxiety. And I can't have anxiety. Not allowed. I'm guessing after church. Our church usually ends around 11:30, 12. And the princeling doesn't go to sleep until after we get home and he eats. So guessing, so it's basically upon his schedule always, right? Oh, I forgot to ask you the most important question, you guys. Well, not the most. I have one other question that's very, very, very important. Oh my gosh. So anyways, guessing would be probably, I know it's so hard to guess on that type of schedule like that, but I don't know. Maybe like 2 maybe-ish. 1:32 again, just when he goes to sleep. When he goes to sleep. So that's what I'm guessing, maybe around 1:32. Or we can do when he goes to bed at night. So there's that. So but I'd rather the afternoon just for a little while, honestly. And then if we wanted to do, if I felt froggish or whatever, then we can do that. Now, let me tell you something. This was the question. One other question, and then we can figure out what we're doing. And I know y'all answered. Forgive me. Sometimes I ask again because I'm not ready. I'm not ready to take answer, or they're all over the place. I can't even think. So I figure if I re-ask, maybe it'll change. But yeah. So anyway, if you guys could pick. Okay, let me see how I want to ask you guys. Let me get myself together. If we were put on a schedule, would it be best to have an afternoon, like a consistent schedule? I know, because I believe I'm going to have help, outside help. Yay! If you guys were put on a schedule, would afternoon be better? Would mid-afternoon be better? It just depends what day. Like, would you like a schedule, and would you prefer, if you could pick a schedule, for us to come live and be live and have a start time consistently, preferably? What would be good for you guys? I know, I've never been on a schedule. I've never had help. I know. I'm like excited. I was telling my help, I said, and I don't know yet because I'm always like that. Okay, so even though she said, even though I agreed, and even though everything is good, right? I still don't say for sure because it never happened yet. So I'm that person. So you're going to hear a lot of unsurety because, or words that don't sound like I have help yet, because if it hasn't happened to me, I don't quote it as a for sure, because then I let myself down, right? And I don't like letting myself down, so I prevent it. Okay? I try to live very peaceful, very good. As best as I can, right? Good night, Robin. God bless you too. Oh my gosh, Robin, Mackenzie. Robin, wait, I missed you. Oh my gosh, how have you been? Oh man, I totally missed you. I'm sorry. Hey, these stupid @ things. I don't even know what this crap is, but it's dumb. After 5 work. Evening, night. I know. Early evening, mid-afternoon or evening, after 2. Okay, okay. So y'all, now this is more on the same level, you guys. This makes me feel calmer. When y'all are all over the place, I panic a little because I don't know what to pick, you know? Seem to show up anytime. Okay, so most y'all are saying like afternoon, early evening, evening. Okay. And the reason I'm asking why it's so important is because I have to tell her. Well, I don't have to, but she needs to know when to come to my house. And yeah, so she'll be here and the baby will be here. And I told her I'm just like 10 steps away from where the baby hangs out in the living room. That's his like area where everything's blocked and his toys and all the things. And so if you ever need my help or he acts crazy or whatever, I'm only 10 steps away. And I can pause the people at the market and take a break and go help or whatever I need to do. So don't stress, don't feel, you know. So I was telling her all this stuff. And she was like, "What time do you want me there?" I said, "I don't know. First I got to ask the people. Second, I've never had help, so I don't even know what to say." And she was like, 8 a.m. I said, "Girl, heck no. Now I do know that answer. That means we got to turn the camera on at 8 a.m. That means I got to wake up and be ready." Yeah, no. I don't know what the heck you're going to do at 8 a.m. unless you cook me breakfast in bed. She was like, "No." Okay, well. um, so, okay, so this is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking afternoon start. dipping into kind of the evening. Now, I do want to tell you this. Um, I said, what is the latest? Because she's older. Okay. She's older. And I said, what is the latest? And she doesn't live that far from me. I used to work with her. She's met my family a lot of times. I've met her family. We used to hang out all the time. Um, just like that, hang out. We haven't really went anywhere. Um, per se. But or like if she had family events or birthday parties or whatever, get-togethers, family reunion, she would always invite me and I would go and, whatever. Uh, but she said she doesn't want to go too late at night because she doesn't want to drive to and from at night. But there's also another person potentially that is from church that happened to watch the baby already. And I asked her, I said, hey, are you a babysitter? So I don't know the details with that one. And the cool part about this church that I recently started going to, um, they run background checks, fingerprints, the whole nine. So she is definitely CPR certified and all the things. She's a junior in high school, just FYI. She has her own car. She also would be coming here as well. Same difference. Now she can work later because I did ask her. Um, I did ask her during the week what would be the latest for you to go to school and leave here, just to have an idea because I don't know. I've never had this, so I don't know. And I said, what about the weekend? So she did give me a too late time for both of those situations. So during the week and the weekend. I'm excited. Yay. Blue Room's like, now, how many people work outside of the home? Blue Room, you're a little out of the ordinary. I mean, you're a little out of the majority. Not many people. Most people do not work Blue Room that come to the market on average. And I can tell you that because that's what I know. Most of the people that's been here has been here for a while. Some people have been here since day one, 6 years ago. Isn't that crazy cool? I know. How's that possible? Well, I don't know. I don't know. I don't drill people and ask them their blood type and how they get their money and what I don't know. She's like, how is that possible? You got me. I have no clue. So does that sound cool? So like, and I think, because if you guys remember, did y'all say you wanted to buy something while I'm talking? I didn't look at the chat again, second time. Blue Room's like, how's that possible? You're funny. What was I gonna say? So if you sell tonight, oh, that's old. Y'all already answered that. It's older ones. Yes. Right. Exactly. So my goal originally, like if you guys remember at the very beginning of this year, I said my goal was to not do 18 hours and 21 hours and all the hours. Yes, we were on live that long. Yes. Okay. You're talking to a warrior. Yes. But those days are over. Those days are over. Every blue moon, we might have a slumber party, but those days are over. Okay. Hopefully you enjoyed them then. But, and I said my goal was to come on more often, less time. and it was hard for me to do it because I've always done whenever, whatever, as long as I can take it, as long as I wanted to. And they were like in the upper 14 plus hours. My longest was 23 hours. Yep. Yep. I know. But it didn't seem like that. It seemed like, now I was dead tired, don't get me wrong, but it did not seem, because we have a great time, so it didn't seem like that long until people started like people started like talking about it a lot. And I'm like, you're making me tired. Stop talking about it. You're on for 20 hours. Oh my gosh. And I know it's surprising, and I know that's like supernatural. I get it. But that's when it started making me tired. I'm like, uh-huh, yeah, we're still going. And I'm like, shh, because now it's making me think how long, you know? Oh my gosh. But I don't think I'll ever retire. Bless your heart, Blue Room. Girl, I hope so. For the sake of your doggone body. Some of us were dropping like flies. Yeah, we had waves of people. Remember yet? We would be like second wave people, first wave people. Do you remember that? I'm like, oh, here comes the second wave. Some people would, oh, just got up and went pee, and I just happened to see that you were on. No, you had to check YouTube. Don't listen. Don't try to act like I caused you to look at YouTube. You had to look at YouTube to even know we were on, Miss P. Oh my gosh. Right, Jan. I'm trying to tell you. They were fun. So the only way that we'll do that is either reminisce and watch old videos, which God forbid. If I had to watch my old lives, I had to push myself. One time I had to watch something because I was let me do some stuff. So because I like needed to go back and check some information or whatever, and it was a nightmare. And I'm like, oh my gosh, hearing myself back again. And it's not my voice that I care about, or it's not the way that I sound that I care about. Just the fact that I keep talking. Wait, I talk a lot? I knew that, but it's a different story when you have to hear it back again. So I had to put myself on speed, okay? Because I couldn't take watching it back again. It was like pulling my hair out one by one. It was like agony watching, 12 hours of myself just talking about all types of crap. I'm like, oh dear. It was a nightmare. So I had to put myself on speed. And I didn't sound too bad as a chickmunk. Surprisingly, I could understand myself. I was like, okay, that's cool. But I'm like, what the heck? It was terrible. It was terrible. Oh my gosh. Tina, we could be selling stuff, Tina. Tina, what do you want to buy? Should I just pull out some crap? So no, but seriously, Tina, have a wonderful night. Thank you for bringing your friend or friends. I don't know if you brought more than one, but thank you. And good night, my dear. Um, cool. Well, thank you too, Robin. Should I just pull out some crap or no? We should just still talk. Now I feel like I should be doing more than what I'm doing. I feel like that. We might have 5 of these actually. Now that I'm counting, one, because remember there's only 5 kits. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See, this is perfect. Oh, 6. Okay. Well, one for me. Wonderful. Because I wasn't going to give y'all all of whatever I had anyways. Okay. I don't, I need some. I'm addicted too. I need some. And these are fabulous. Oh, I'm saving for a bee kit too, by the way. Good night, Robin. Thanks for hanging. Should I sell some of Mitzi Moo stuff, you guys? Or no? Tomorrow? Tomorrow. I don't like this color. I mean, I do, but not for this. I'm over it. I don't like that color. Not for that. It's not cool. So these are like darker colors. Should I sell some stuff, you guys? You want to? You want to see Mitzi Moo stuff? Or somebody else's stuff? Or we're just good? See, look. I mean, some of these are really cool. I like them. They're fun. Tomorrow. How do I change my name back? Someone said it. No one's name is right. Tomorrow? Okay. All right. Because now half the people left and it would not be fair for real. Okay. Plus it's late. What was I going to say? I don't know, Africa. I'm a little disturbed. I've never seen that. Okay, so this is another thing. If you guys, okay, so this is what we've been doing. One of the things that I've been doing is we've been doing Bible reading. We call it Bible study, but it's more of Bible reading / fellowship, right? But we can call it Bible study. I mean, I call it Bible study most of the time, but when people think of Bible study, they're getting a different idea. We open the word and we read the Bible. We just, we're kind of all like, most of us, not everyone, but a lot of us are new to reading our Bible again. And so we've been just opening the word and reading the Bible, and we kind of do like a Zoom type of thing, and it's not on live, and it's been fun. So if you guys want to join that, let me know. Let me know. It's super easy. Well, to some, it's super easy to join. I love you, my friend. You know who I'm talking to. I don't need to mention names. Most of us, it's easy and it's fun. And it really helps. And yeah, so if you want to join, let me know. And normally how it works is we just all get on. Some people have their cameras on, some people don't. Sometimes when it's small, like, just a couple of us, and we don't have a specific time or schedule yet because it's kind of new. So we're just kind of figuring it out as we go. But the most important thing is just getting together, fellowship, and reading the Bible. And so there's that. And so if anybody wants to do that with us, I normally will set it up and send a link, and then you just follow the steps, and you can either join via phone or tablet or laptop or whatever device you have. And if it's just a couple of us, then we've done, where we call on the phone. And I just found out that I can call more than 2 people. I didn't even know that. I'm like, oh, wow. Things have changed a lot. Hey, Marlo. Welcome. Okay, so somebody is saying to change the name. I haven't tried it yet, obviously. So, how do I change my name back? So good question, Jan. She's going to put me down. The people that are listening, some of them are here in the chat that actually we do this. They know what I'm about to say. So some people read different versions of the Bible. I was reading the King James version. But the other people, most of them so far has read like the NIV. See, I'm learning like all of these different things because I didn't even know you're supposed to, allowed to switch. Like I was always taught read King James, but there's a lot of them that are anti-King James people because it's hard to understand. I get it. I get it. I get it. Okay. I am liking the new one that my son had. So I'm kind of using his Bible. It is the NIT, I think. I didn't even know they had other Bibles for real. I mean, I knew they had some for the kids to learn, like the story of Jesus, when they're really little, and then, then the ones that is like easy to translate. I knew that because the boys had that. But Miss Jan, I'm not even going to tell the story. They at first, before my mother-in-law told me that you can get them a Bible that they understand, my kids were reading the King James version too. It's funny story. There's a joke behind all of this. That's why I'm laughing, Jan, because they tease me, but in a good way, not for real like that, but So I hope I answered your question. Um, and there's that. So yeah, so like easy to read, or y'all are gonna have to help me because I don't remember all the versions. They're not crazy. They're not like wild. And I say that lightly, I don't mean to say the wrong words or be offensive. Um, but yeah, there's that. It depends. Okay, see, you have a more diverse understanding than I do. That's the thing. Yeah, so it does depend on that. We all believe in Jesus Christ, and so there's that. And I hope that that answers the answer. People have different churches they go to, if that's what you're saying. Meaning like they might be Baptist or non-denomination or Methodist or Presbyterian, or whatever. Um, but uh, Catholic, yeah, stuff like that, yeah. And so, we just open the Bible. Like I said, we just open the Bible and we read. Somebody reads, we talk about what we read, we share our, thoughts and all of that, and then we chit chat, and that's it, and hang out for a minute, and that's pretty much it. Fellowship, unity, and reading the Bible. So I wanted to just, because it's something that if somebody is interested in, I wanted to share that with people if they wanted to come and join. So it doesn't matter like what religion you are. I guess that's the right word to say. What happened with me is I've always had a relationship for many, many years with God, Jesus Christ. And there's times, where I've dipped in and out, meaning, I made choices and wanted to do Keisha's way, Keisha stuff, right? And not fully surrender. We always have, we all have been there, right? Those that believe and know and whatever have been saved, quote unquote. And And I would always pray and I would always, depend on Jesus, but I wasn't, and I would read the Bible. But then I started, doing other things where I was consuming my life with, worldly stuff. Market, baby, family, just regular stuff, right? And so a lot of my time was being not utilized for the right purposes. And so I eventually stopped reading the Bible. Now, I would always still pray and all those things, but I stopped reading the Bible. And so there's that. And so then the Holy Spirit convicted me to picking up the word again and reading it. And that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. And so, yeah. And that's part of one of my testimonies, part of it. Because if you've been at the market and you've been here hanging out, you guys know, I would stop and pray with the boys and all of that stuff. But I myself was not reading the Bible. I myself was not going to church. But I also had, a lot of, I didn't have as much clarity as I do now. I was being tricked. I thought you could have church, in different places and you didn't have to actually go to a church. Somehow, some way, I was misled. So, yeah. So I just recently did all of the things. And here we are. Okay. Oh, cool. Now, how in the world did you change that? That's awesome. That looks a lot better. Africa, I don't know what the heck they're doing. Oh, yeah. So Jan, we don't have like I said, this is kind of fresh and new. We've only met probably a total of like, I don't know, I mean, it's all new, very new. Like we met like a total of like, I don't know, 7, 8, 9 times maybe. And so we're just kind of, you know, winging it and figuring it out as we go. And, I don't limit, this is one of my assignments. Um, and I don't limit what people read. If they feel compelled to reading the new or old, we just read it. All of it's important to me. But I do understand the old and new and the controversy and all the stuff. I was told. I didn't know, until recent. But yeah, anything in the Bible, we need to know it all. And being out of the word for so long, several years, Miss Jan, I didn't read the Bible. Or sometimes I would, like a couple of scriptures or something like that, but not really. That's not the relationship that he wants us to have. That's not intimate. Um, that's just casualty. And so anyways, uh I don't remember a lot of stuff that I used to know. I don't. It's gone. You know. So, it's all important in my mind to me, or not my mind, but my heart and my spirit. Hey BFGM, welcome. Hey Lisa. Lisa, we're not leaving just yet. Poor Lisa. I'm not going to forget that, right? Poor thing. It seemed like it always happened like that. It's not on purpose. Yeah. So, the best thing I can tell you, and then this is how we normally do it so far, is because it's new and fresh, we don't really have a schedule, right? I mean, if I don't have a market schedule and I don't have a schedule for real, I've always lived the ish life. Um, there's not a schedule established. So what we normally do is it's open to anybody saying, "Hey, I want to get together and read the word," or "I want to get together. Do you feel like it?" or whatever. And then I'll message all the people, and then we'll figure out a day and a time. Normally it's that same day, right? And then we'll just figure out a time. Hey, you guys want to meet in the afternoon or you want to meet in the evening? So right now it's a little, not established per se with a definite certain day and time. Um, and I didn't want to limit it to a certain amount of days because I felt like, it's going to be almost impossible for everybody if we have a certain day, because there's going to be some reason, some excuse. The enemy's going to come and say, you're busy that day. You don't feel good that day or whatever the heck. So I didn't want to do that either. And so that's it. Yeah. Yeah, but unfortunately, Miss Jan, kind life is not gonna necessarily get you in heaven, my dear. So a lot of things have been brought to me in clarity now. Like the things that I used to think or know or was told or whatever happened along the way, right? Uh there wasn't a lot of clarity as I do have now. And so there's that. I mean, definitely living a kind life is definitely important. For sure. No doubt about that. That's part of it. But that's only part of it. Just like I didn't know, that it's important to go to church. I didn't know that. That's just part of it. I understand. I understand. And that's okay. It's okay. We don't all agree all the time either. That's okay. But if you're interested and you want to come and check it out or whatever, then there's that. It's okay. Yeah. Yeah. So Blossom, speaking about that really quick, is um I was trying to come on this past Thursday. And here we go, prime example is stuff started coming up, being my roadblock, basically. It wasn't that I got busy or anything like that. It was just stuff was happening, like the baby was acting crazy, just stuff like that. Just different things. And I was like, dang it. He didn't go to sleep, for a while. Like it took me like 2 hours, and that hasn't happened in a long time, that type of stuff. I'm like, okay, I see what's happening. So yeah. But I was trying to go on this Thursday to do stuff like that. The sharing the story, testimony, or a message or something like that. That's what I'm talking about on Thursday. Yep. Uh, Thanks, Africa. So, oh, did I miss? Oh, are you making something? I am so sorry, you guys. I did not even. I like that y'all help each other and like help me. Sometimes it gets very tough. This is the exact reason why it's very hard for me to create on live. I used to. Um, I do have videos where I did create. We used to hang out and create. I used to be in the a hop. Um, I actually was able, I don't know if you guys know, some people will know who this is because she's, been on YouTube and she's pretty well known. But I got the opportunity to create. It's on one of the videos. Good luck in finding it. Our best wishes finding it. Shannon Green. Um, we hung out and I got the opportunity to craft with her. We actually did, it was a hop. And I would do these weekly hops. I think it was weekly or monthly. I can't really remember too clearly, but and we would create something that was not even in my lane. Was not, somebody had asked me if I wanted to join, and I was like, sure, why not? And I remember, I'm gonna go down this rabbit hole really quick about Shannon Green. And I didn't know who she was, okay? And we all were in this group chat discussing what we were going to do. And I appreciate mixed media and I appreciate the art journaling stuff, but that is not my style. That's not what I do. I have never done that. And here I am joining this hop that it is straight that. And I would always tell the person who asked me to join, I was like, I don't even know what that is. The JB5s and all of that and the sevens. And if you know what I'm talking about. Shannon Green created that stuff. So I was like, I don't even know what that is. So anyways, they caught me up to speed and I was like, why did you ask me out of all people? I was still doing the market at the time. She was like, because I seen what you do and you should branch out and you should try something different, but you create very nice stuff. And I'm like, oh, well, thank you. I was like, but not this type of stuff. I'm just not that art journally mixed media person. And I love it and I appreciate it and all the things. There's much better people that do it than me, for sure. And I'm not trying to be hard on myself. It's called the truth. It's okay. I have proof in art to prove it. Okay. It looks like a 4-year-old did it. So anyway, like honestly, there's no trusting the process. It was a hot mess. So we were all on this group chat and that's how like we knew what to do for the next week or whatever, next month. I can't even remember if it was weekly or monthly. Some people might know exactly what I'm talking about because some people were actually there when I was doing this. And so the person who was running the hop, who is creating these hops, right? And I was a permanent creator, if you will. There was people who were like temporary, meaning like filling in the time slots. And I was like, out of all people, like I'm a seller at this time. At the time I was just a seller. And because it was well into my channel being established. And I was running the market still. This is when people were selling themselves. And I wasn't selling for them at the time. So and I'm like, why would you ask me out of all people? Like, this is, because she was a customer too. And she was like, you're just a wonderful person. I think you'll do great, blah, 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 blah. So, anyways, back to the Shannon Green thing. So, because I was the only newbie per se to that lane of art, right? Had no clue what it was. A JB, what? Like, what the heck does that mean? What do I do? And everybody was like, calm down, Keisha. You're going to know, blah, 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 blah. Well, the person who was running it said, I'll get Shannon Green, because she's my friend. I mean, not like everyday friend, but I know her and she'll respond to me. And I will get her to show us, hopefully. and we can get her on and she can explain it. And Keisha, whenever you're available, she can explain it to you. And I was like, oh, okay. And so we're all in this group chat together, and they're all like, "Oh, I want her to come on my time slot and her to come on my time slot." And I'm still misconfused over here, and I'm like, "Listen, my time slot is the market, so there's that. I don't even know why I'm here, but okay, you know." So anyway, um, but I'm also a person to try it. It's okay, At the same time, that's why I actually did it. I still didn't know who this person was though, like Shannon Green, and so everybody was ranting and raving, "Oh my gosh, you're gonna get Shannon Green, blah 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 blah." And the lady was like, "Yep." And so everybody was begging for the time slot, and she was like, "Listen, y'all all settled the heck down. Um, I'm not gonna have her on anyone's time slot. She's just gonna be her own time slot. She's gonna be at the very beginning of this hop, and she's gonna just discuss how to do it and what we're doing and let her create. And then we're gonna kind of start with our first hop person, quote unquote." So everybody was like, and I was like, what is up with these people? I was thinking that. I'm like, why are they just so like Shannon Green, Shannon? Like, who is this person? I mean, whoever she is awesome. Everybody loved her. Everybody was ranting and raving and begging and all of that. And I was just like clueless, Miss Clueless. And the person who was running it said, "You know what? This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna ask her if she can go on with Keisha." Everybody, let me tell you, they were not, some of them were real, like for real, and some of them were just picking and playing, but some of them you could tell they were very offended. Um, and most of them were picking and playing. And they were like, "Oh my gosh, the person who don't know." And I'm like, "Hello, I can still hear y'all. I'm still in this group chat." As if y'all are talking, I mean, I don't want you to talk behind my back, but don't talk like this even in my face. Like, geez. And they were like, "Why does she get her? Blah 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 blah." And so the lady was like, "Well, I'll just ask Shannon Green who she wants to go. So I don't want to pick anybody and have favoritism and blah blah." And so evidently she asked, and Shannon Green joined our chat thing, our group chat thing, and she was hearing all the comments and whatever, and I didn't type a lot because again, I was doing market, so I was more consumed and more on focus with selling and the market, not really creating that much at that time. It was the beginning of, it was the end of creating as much, the beginning of more market selling. And she was reading all the stuff and whatever, and she was like, "Well, I don't know who to pick." And everybody was like, "Pick me, pick me, pick me." And of course, I wasn't doing that. I was reading their messages, but I wasn't really responding because, again, I didn't have much time. And she was like, "Well, what person is going on first?" And the lady was like, "Keisha." And she said, "Keisha?" She said, "Yeah." She said, "She actually has a market and I go and it's fun and blah, blah, blah." And she was like, "Okay, well, I'm going to check out her market and I'm going to see, but it sounds like I should go on with the first person. And then that way, there's not a segment for just me. And that way, we can begin the hop and I can do it and explain to everybody. And that person still will get their time because I think it was a 30-minute time. And that person can still get their time doing their thing on a split screen while I'm explaining and doing mine. So it's kind of killing two birds with one stone. And so that's how it happened. And that's how it picked. And for the longest, I'm telling you, like weeks and months after, people were like, "I can't believe she was on your channel out of all people." And I was like, "Hey, hold up. Listen here, people. Like, really? You're just going to dog me out like that? Wow." Anyway, so that's how that happened. And now I know who she is. And now she knows who I am. We had a great time. People were not happy. It was so funny. I was like, all y'all are crazy. Well, oh my gosh, and I just can't believe that she was on your channel and oh my gosh, and of course she invited all of her friends too because she then told people about the market because she came to the market, by the way, and was hanging out and was typing and all the things. And this was really before I actually knew who she really was. So there's that. Made by. Good question. Hunky Dory. Hunky Dory. UK. Hunky Dory. Isn't it fabulous? I know. Yep. So there's that. So who is she? I never heard of her. So she is y'all y'all explain to those who know who she is, explain to give the people who is asking an answer cuz they're probably going to answer you a little bit better than I will be able to. Wrong country. Yeah, I know. I know. um if that's okay. I don't mean to put y'all on the spot or anything, but those who know her, explain to the people. So there's that. Then I have a story about Gela Gustinelli. Here's my naive self, okay? Do you guys, some of y'all know who Gela Gustinelli is? She's also a well-known person. Um, and I mean thousands of subscribers. That's what I'm saying. Well known. She's they're crafter people. Okay. They created different things and everybody knows they've been on YouTube and even before YouTube, I forget what they called it. But it was some type of platform that they also came from before YouTube type of stuff. So they've been on here for a long while. Okay. And I mean, they have in the upwards of like 2 to 300. And I'm just guessing. I don't really know their numbers for real. I don't remember. But they're like 200 plus thousand subscribers type of people. Now, at the time, see, I have 2,000 now. I'm saying they have like 200,000. And they may have more or less, but I know it's on that upward scale, okay? It's not the 2000 scale. Um, but at the time too, I was like at I think less than 100. I'm trying to tell you, it was like it was so funny because the other people who were in the hop, they had a couple thousand. They probably had like 1,000, 2,000 subscribers. And at that time, I know you guys now today probably don't care and like, what's the big deal and whatever. Well, that was a very important thing. Okay. That mattered to a lot of people. Like, that was like the cool thing. Okay. The thumbs up and how many subscribers. And some people still really, value that and whatever, and it means stuff. And yes, you get different features by having more subscribers and, unlock certain features and all that type of stuff. And things offered to you and all that type of stuff. So, it is kind of a hustle to those that feel it's a hustle, right? Or value it or whatever their case may be. And I'm not for or against anything. Um, if it makes you wonderful, I'm supportive. If you don't like it, I'm supportive. So anyway, yeah, and a lot a lot of people were like, but she only has like 50 subscribers, and people were like, what the heck does that matter? And I said, I don't even know what none of this means. Like, y'all, I have no clue. What is even happening right now? Like, I don't know how subscriber things work. I don't know what who this person is. I don't know what JB5 is. I don't know nothing. Okay. I just know how to sell. Okay. That's all I know at this time. And I know how to create what I've always created, which is just stuff that I like. Right. And that's it. Because I've been naturally born a creator. I know some people, medical and, certain situations, they turn to crafts for different reasons. And some people are just generally crafty, creative souls. Well, I was born like this. So anyway, oh my gosh, people were so funny. I wish I had the message feeds to read you guys. They were so like jealous and so, oh my gosh. And can I have, can I be on your channel now? Because now Shannon Green has, and now you have her as a subscriber and her for, I'm like, people, y'all are all crazy. Stop that. No, no, and no. I'm not having anyone else on my channel. So that's funny. Okay. Galaga. Yeah, Ustream. That's it. Thank you, Kim. So let me tell you about Gela Gustinelli. Same type of situation, kind of, sort of, a little naive, whatever. And remember, I'm new to the game. I'm new to certain areas. These people create uh a certain type of art. Now, I know sometimes they have transitioned and whatever, but when I met them, or know of them, not met them, but know of them, when I found out about these people, um, they have switched. One person has switched to what they've been doing, meaning, like, how I used to create cards, now I create junk journals. I used to, like shabby chic, now I like mixed media or steampunk, or I like it all. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm talking about. And for those two people, they've always done like the art journal, mixed media type of stuff. And forgive me if I'm not labeling that type of art correctly. Um so anyways, and they're both kind of like that. Now Gail, she does Etsy and all that type of stuff. So that's a little bit different. But she still has a style. Okay, so everybody has kind of a style, right? Or go to what they prefer the most. Or at least these people do, the streamers. And so anyway, uh I didn't know who she was. So I'm running the market, right? And one person said, Gail is mentioning your market on her channel. And I said, Gail? I said, who the heck is Gail? Like, and I'm trying to tell you, like, I'm so funny. Sometimes I laugh back at myself sometimes because here I am just like, I don't know. I don't know how to call it, but I just think I'm funny sometimes. So I'm like, who the heck is Gail? And they're like, oh my gosh, like, you know how many people like try to get her to like mention their, and she doesn't mention YouTube channels at all. She'll mention Etsy shops, and she'll mention, every blue moon other people's, because what she does is she'll buy different digitals and different things to support the community, but she normally goes to the Etsy. So she normally supports Etsy, to my understanding. Now, she may have changed since then. It's been a couple of years, so I don't know how she is currently. Um and I just know at the time and what she was doing. And she was like, and somebody came to me and was like, in my chat, I was live at the time, and was like, oh my god. And I said, well, don't tell people right now, because now they're all gonna go run to see what she's saying, and here I am trying to sell this stuff. Like, you're not keeping the people here. They're gonna go run to see what's happening and come back, yes, but I'm still gonna have to deal with crickets for the moment. Like, don't do that. There's a sale at Walmart. Hurry, go, and you're at Target. Like, no. Anyway, so that happened because I guess people were freaking out. And I'm like, who is this Gail? And they were like, oh my gosh, you don't know her. And I'm like, uh-uh, I don't. I don't. Because remember too, like I only have time for stuff that I have time for. I don't have, all the days and years and time available, you know. Um, I was actually at that time too, I was actually working at Amazon and doing the market. I forgot about that. That just came to me. I was actually still working at Amazon at the time, and doing market, and I was only doing market at that time on the weekends because I was working during the week. And so anyways, and they were like, she's never mentioned a YouTube. You're the first YouTube channel that she's mentioned. And I was like, is she not on YouTube? Like I was very confused, right? Naive and very confused. And I was like, isn't she on YouTube? Yes, 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 but she doesn't mention YouTube channels. Do you know how many people would swarm her if she did that? Normally what happens is she'll buy something from the Etsy shop and then highlight them. I'm like, oh, well, that's cool. And, bring people to their site. I'm like, oh, that's really nice of her. Yeah, but she's mentioning your YouTube right now and the market. And I'm like, really? Yeah. So all these people started flocking to my channel like really close after she said that in the chat. It was like maybe 30 minutes tops right after that. um it was all these people, and I was like, oh, we've got new people. Here I am, still naive, poor thing, bless her heart. And I was like, oh, we've got new people, you guys. Not clicking that these people were coming from Gail. And I was like, oh, yeah, we have all these new people. Welcome, everybody. Ooh, we've got a lot of, oh, wow. Our subscriber count went like a couple hundred up. Wow. And I was like, what is even happening right now? And everybody in the chat was like, Gail told us to come over and subscribe to your channel. She came and watched your market for a while, and she said how fabulous you were. And so she highlighted your market. It's on her channel. It's in her description box. And she told us all to come over right when she's live. She's watching at the same time she's streaming. So you can go back. And I was like, well, I'm watching and streaming too. Anyway, so that's how that happened, and that's what happened. And yeah. So now I know who she is. At first I had no clue. I'm like, how did she even find me? Well, somebody who knew her, or to my understanding, this is what I remember. It's hard for me to remember because it's been a couple of years and I've had, surgeries and babies and all types of, well, one baby. And a lot of time has passed. Things have changed a lot. So anyway, what was I about to say? I know who she is now, but I don't know what I was about to say. I lost my train of thought. But yeah, so it was pretty funny. And yes, I went back and this is what I was about to tell you, who told her. So evidently this is what I remember, was somebody who knew her, like personally knew her, happened to come to the market and be a customer. And when she was live one day, she contacted, and she doesn't go live often. She went live more often than she does now. I don't know if she goes live now, but I know she was going to stop that at one point. Most of my information is hearsay, by the way, just saying, until they tell me and then I go find out myself. I have no clue. Like I have my own lane. And evidently somebody told her and was like, in her chat, was like, I know you don't shout out YouTubes, but this one is different. Oh yeah, she gave me like this whole like very sweet recommendation, I guess. And I didn't know the lady. You know, I just knew that she was a customer, but I didn't know her. And she was actually a new kind of customer. You know, she wasn't like with me for a very long time or anything. And I thought that was very sweet. Sorry, you can't see what I'm doing. Um, and I was like, wow, because I went back and I watched because I was live. It's pretty cool. What, isn't that cool? So yeah, I got a lot of subscribers from those two people. And yeah, I thought that was cool. And here I am just like, oh, okay, wow, me? You know, after I figured it, because I would always ask people too, like, do you know these people? You know, the friends that I had at the time. Some of them, most of them, I don't talk to anymore either. Um, they've changed. Just a couple of people are my same friend that I like actually talk to. And I say friend, you know, like talk to on the phone. Um, but most of them have changed. And yeah, they were just like, I cannot believe. I'm like, yeah, do you know her? Yes, I know her. Wait, what? You know her? And I'm like, well, not really, but I know of her now. Wow, you? I'm like, yeah. But see, I've always been that person too, you guys. I've always been that person. We got to wrap it up. I'm going to do some giveaways, you guys. I've always been that person too. I mean, it would be nice to see certain people that I value and, you know, like stars or something. Um, you know, like my favorite singer or whatever, famous people. I've always been not really like a groupie. Like I would get excited if I saw them. If I had backstage passes, would I be nutso and you know rant and rave and oh my god. No, I mean I would just talk to you like regular, like me. Like I talk to you guys. Like, "Hey, how was your day?" Oh my gosh. What'd you eat today? Did the chat stop or y'all just listening? Did I put y'all to sleep? We're gonna do some giveaways because now it's time. I don't want to miss church. And I might. It's already a struggle sometimes to be there on time and get ready. So there's that. Okay, cool. That's cool. Yeah. Had a little story and hangout time. Was not even planning this at all. Yeah. Now Shannon Green for a little while, um, we were friends on Facebook, you know, that turned into that for a while. Again, my time was very consumed. I didn't have the Princeling, but I did a lot of like, you know, more house stuff and more. I worked outside of the home and I took the boys to school and picked them up, you know, and I worked at Amazon and I did the market. And so my time was not, you know, I couldn't really like hang out at a lot of people's streams and, you know, do all the things. Um, so but yeah, we were talking on Messenger for a while. And there's that. And then it kind of just died out because, you know, my market changed from what it was to what it is now. And obviously my life. You know, and time passes where you don't, you know, just kind of dies out. And so that's really what happened. Oh. And somebody had asked me not too long ago, and I say not too long ago. Obviously, it was before the Princeling was born. So in between that and when it actually happened, so I guess what, a couple of years, And all of these are just guesses because I don't know the exact time. It's between the time I've been on here to now to today. From the start of my channel to today. But anyways, you can go back and see when I started the market. And because I was I was selling just my stuff at the time before the market actually came about. So anyways, it was when the market was then, there between that time and, before the princeling was born. At least 2 years. So anyway, I don't even know what I was saying or why I was saying that. Oh, somebody had asked me if I still had that JB5 notebook because they had suggested, like, I didn't even have watercolor paper. I didn't have none of that stuff. I didn't have this giant room I have now. I didn't have a storage unit. I didn't have all the stuff, the crap that I have now, right? I have good crap, but I have crap. That's what I call it. Anyway, all the stuff. So I didn't have anything. They were telling me, they were like, you can use a composition book, just glue the pages. So I pre-did all of that stuff, and I was like, what else do I need? I don't have any of this stuff. And they were like, you can use whatever. And I'm like, that doesn't help me. I don't know what whatever is. If I have this and I use this, is this going to help? No. If I have this, is this going to help? No. So you can't say whatever. You got to be specific with me because I don't know. And I don't try to fill in the blank, okay? I will be very naive. If I don't know, I stay in the I don't know lane. So somebody had asked me about the JB5 notebook that I worked on, and I was like, heck no, that sucker was ugly. Ugly. That went in the garbage. Because what they told me was this. They told me if I just work on it, because you had a time limit too. Okay. It was like super panicky for me. They were like, you're supposed to have fun. I was like, this ain't fun. Oh my gosh, how much time do I have left on the clock? Oh my gosh, what do I need to do now? Yeah, it was very panicky for me. Um, it didn't work good under pressure of time and an art that I've never done, had no clue what I was doing, just follow the leader type of thing. I winged it. I did okay, to my understanding, and the way it seemed compared to everybody else that was in the hop later after that whole day, but it didn't feel good. Did not feel happy and good like art should be. So anyway, they were telling me, they were like, well, just finish the prompts and the steps that you didn't finish. How it works is you just put it away and then you let it rest and then you come back to it because you'll have a different eye and a different mindset and blah, blah, blah. Just give it a rest and then come back to it. Listen, people were laughing at me because I would go back on live. So it was resting, right? I would go back on live. So it's now market time again. I would go back on live, and certain people that were at the hop were also at the market, and they were like, so how's your notebook? Did you work on it? Does it look better? I said, no, it's getting uglier. The more that it's sitting there, it's getting uglier. And they're like, that's not how it's supposed to be. Are you sure? And, just give it time and let it rest. I'm like, I'm telling you, the sucker's getting uglier. The more I look at it, the worse it's getting. Well, just come back to it and, just it's okay and it'll get better, and just trust the process and slowly do it. And I'm telling you, at the end it'll look better. Okay, well, I finished it. I finished some of the steps on some of the pages, and it turned worse. Okay, and I'm not making this up. You can go back and look. Now, yes, of course, there's very nice people in the world who don't want to hurt your feelings, but listen, you can't hurt my feelings unless you directly tell me fat, stupid, ugly. Okay? Like directly, like Keisha, your body. Keisha, you. Not my art. That don't define me. Not my art. So you're not going to hurt my feelings if you say it's ugly because it's okay. That doesn't define me. So, anyways, there were some people that were like, oh, it looks good and send it to me. And I'm like thinking, these people are lying. Oh my gosh, if they were Pinocchio, they would poke their doggone nose on this ugly notebook and hopefully it will turn better because it's getting uglier as we speak. Um, so anyway, and then, some people were like, it's your first time. You can tell those people didn't want to tell me either the truth. Um, or I guess transparent, blunt and bold like I am. Um, and I'm like, okay. All right. I see how this is going. It's okay. It's okay. I can read between the lines. I got it. They're like, well, if you just keep working, and you had those type of people too that were like, if you just keep working it, it'll get better. And as you do it more, and I said, I'm not doing this ever again. This is terrible. How is this fun? It's Miss Panic. You have like 5 minutes to create and do like different. You have to like switch. I don't know. I don't remember the whole everything, but I just know that you had like 5 or maybe 5 seconds. It felt like 2 seconds. I don't even remember the details. People know in the chat what I'm talking about. But anyways, they were like, you got 5 minutes or 5 seconds, or I don't even know, a 1 minute to do each prompt. And it's like a fast type. I was like, oh my gosh, this is terrible. I have to think. I have to marinate. Sometimes I create and half create and leave and come back. And they were like, that's what I'm talking about. I'm like, no, 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 no. This right here is way different than what I'm talking about. This gets uglier. This is supposed to just sit and because my mind is, too much art right now. I have to take a break type of thing. Now, some stuff I can create from start to finish, but most things I do like half or some, and then I come back and I finish and I tweak it and, all the things y'all know, because some people are like that. Um, yeah, it was terrible. It was terrible. It was an adventure, and but it was not good. I don't like it. I did not like it at all. I know, yeah. And you can go back and you can watch. Okay, I'm not making this up. I am not. And you can go back and you can look at that god awful thing. And you can look at all the things and you can hear me panicking and you can hear me saying, oh my gosh, what time? Oh my gosh, we only got 3. Just go. Just smash it on there. And I'm like, I can't smash it. Oh my God, time's up. Oh dear. I mean, I had like stuff like half hanging. Oh, it was not good. Just not. It's okay. Okay. My kid done better. Just saying. Just saying. Uh, so bad. And compared to what I do, that's what I'm comparing it to. So you guys have to understand this. What I'm saying is so bad is how I create and what I like to create and what I'm comfortable to create. I'm comparing that to what I'm talking about. And when you compare the two, one looks like she knows what she's doing, and the other one looks like who the heck created that. Now, if you just look at that itself, it's not as terrible as what I'm saying in the sense of, just like totally ugly, but it does look like a kindergartner. Now that I'm not joking. Like serious. It looks like somebody who just tried to glue stuff and do stuff and paint and circle and do all the things. I don't even remember half the stuff. But and they just smashed it on there any kind of way and it's awful. So yeah, so that book It's been long gone in the landfill. Grouch ate it a long time ago. I didn't even want to salvage the notebook. All of it went in the trash. Every bit of it. But it was great, and it was a great experience, and it was a thrill ride, and I don't ever regret anything that I do. And there's that. But I know what not to do. That's for sure. And that ain't it. I was a hot wreck. I'm telling you. And, just putting me in a place too, like here I am live. Here I am not knowing this lane at all, not knowing what I'm doing, not understanding the meaning, not knowing how long we have. This was all sprung on me when she joined me. That's what I'm saying. The only thing they told me was get some art supplies. You may need some napkins. You may need some paint if you have it, some markers, some pens, that type of stuff. They did say that. And they said, if you don't have a watercolor book or an art book, and I'm like, an art book, like an art journal book. They have those? Okay, well, scratch that. Do you have a composition book? I'm like, yeah, my kids do in their school supplies. Okay, get that. Glue some paper together so it's thicker and it can withstand, the paint and all of that stuff, and just have it ready, and then your supplies around, and then I'll tell you what to do when it's time. And I'm like, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that type of stuff. Oh, that it was way out of my element. That ain't even, that's the nicest thing, Kim. That's the nicest thing you can say. It was very like I was in the desert with the wolves around, and I was about to get eat alive. I don't know where I'm at. I don't know what food. I don't know where nothing's at. No help, no nothing. It was just willy nilly, random, scary, horrible. Oh my gosh. What, I don't even remember how many prompts I got through. And it might have been the JB7 because I know that she changed it. Right, yet, or anybody else who knows what I'm talking about? Didn't she change it? Because it almost seems like, and I'm trying to recall all this stuff, but it almost seems like it was more than 5 things. But heck, I don't know. Okay. I was still at 1. She was like, "No, don't do that anymore. You're supposed to put it down and switch and go." I'm like, "Oh dear, but it's lifting up, and come on." I'm like, "Oh my gosh, what time? How many minutes we got?" No, you got to switch the prop. You got to switch the stuff, and I'm like, "Oh gosh, just." Well, then maybe it is 5. Maybe it is 5. I was just curious if anyone knew if she had added. I thought, but maybe not. And then it's been a hot minute. So it's hard for me to like recall all of this stuff. But anyways, and then one more story, and then we're going to do some giveaways, and I'm going to read my message, our daily devotion, because I'm still like 15 minutes from the time that I had quoted you guys. 15 till my time of 2, by the way. So, one other story. You guys probably know or have heard me say Pumbaa. That's Teeny. She came on my live one time, and I'm going to tell you, we had the funnest. I know that's not a word. We had the best time ever. We were goofy, we were laughing, whatever. For some reason, I thought about her and the time that we had hanging out, and it was just a hot mess. Oh my gosh, it was a hot mess. And all of this stuff is on my channel. Just best wishes. Good luck in finding it. Oh my gosh. But it is there. It is there. So, yeah, that was crazy, cool, and fun. Yeah, we used to hang out and craft a little bit more than what I do now. Um, you know, and whatever. sometimes when I'm doing stuff like this, or even creating like the bag, sometimes I feel like turning on the camera, but then when I go to, because I do it right here anyways, this is my room, and the camera's just above, so all I have to do is just press go live, basically. There's times that I feel like I want to, and so I go to try, and meaning like I have to go to the bathroom real quick because now I'm gonna be locked in, supposedly, right? I wanted to get a little drink or a little something. Then stuff happens. And then I have to stop doing, so now I can't glue anything because now I have to attend to whatever has happened. Whether it's mom, I need to go to the store. Mom, can you cook? Or, whatever it is. And so there's times, sometimes where I just want to turn it on, but then it's like, it's going to be like 3 whole minutes. By the time I press go live and set it all up and do all that, I'm not wasting 3 minutes. It's wasteful. It's going to be like, hey, you guys, the end. I got to go. Yeah, I keep texting her. Now, there's a couple of times that she had responded. Um, and it seems like she responded where I could understand her. You know what I mean, Jane. Jan, sorry. But I asked her if she was still there and she didn't answer. So I don't know. So it's good that you told me. Long term. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, she's not doing too well. Because she's hard headed. Remember all the days that I fussed at her for coming here and not doing what the people said? And there you go. So anywho, so tomorrow, let me think about what I'm gonna give. So tomorrow, like I said, time will be, I'm guessing, like around, and I'm always praying for her, Miss Jan, and thank you for telling me. Now, a couple of weeks ago, she told me, yes, she's still in the hospital, but that was it. And I was like, girl, what the heck's wrong with you? Because I always talk to her like that. Got to give her a hard time. That's what keeps her going. But anyway, so we think it's really not. But she didn't respond to that. And then she sent me this random video, which made me laugh. So I know it's a hit or miss, and I know that she's doing other things and whatever while she can. So yeah, I know. Soon, I know. Art stream one day just for fun. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, one of the days that if I have a schedule, which I'm guessing it has to be some type of schedule, Kim, because you got to tell the people when to come, you know, to help. So, but I don't want to utilize like both of them all the time. All the time. So you guys have heard Mary. That's one of them. And then you heard about the new recent one about the girl that happened to watch Caden at church. Um so anyways, between us and you, I mean me and y'all, I want to pick Mary more because Mary doesn't have really an income and she's not doing this for free. None of them are doing it for free. So which I naturally wouldn't think so. I'm the one that offered anyways. But she more needs it per se. Because remember, she recently, I don't know if y'all remember the story or whatever, the lady that I used to work with at the retirement center, I served food, she was a cook. That's her. That's Mary. She recently left, well, I guess not really recent. It was March. And so, her savings and whatever depletes very fast. Y'all know. We all live and we all buy the same crap. Uh, food's high and all that stuff. So anyways, I would rather pick her more because it seems like that is a better option. The other girl, she's good for later. She's good for when Mary's not feeling well or something like that. But she lives with her parents, and all that type. So the situation's a little bit different. So I would rather pick Mary. If I'm gonna pay somebody, I would rather pick Mary who can benefit more from it, per se. I don't mean to be judgy, but y'all know what I'm saying, right? Um, so but at the same time, I don't want to utilize it because she's also, I think, in her 70s, she said. Now, I just recently saw her 2 days ago. Friday? What's today? It was Friday, so a day ago. Well, now two. But for the first time in since I worked with her. No, because I hung out after I left that place. I'm trying to think. But anyways, it's been, at least 5, 6 years since I've seen her. And she would pass by my house, but life, and that seems like a long time, but it's, that type of person. We were always the type of person that we would pick up the phone or we would, see each other or whatever, and it was like no time lost. Like it didn't feel like space was, existed. And really, life goes by so doggone fast that it didn't feel like we had to think about it. Oh, because it didn't even seem that long. And it could have been even longer than that. Uh, but yeah, so she's physically good. I saw her for the first time in a while. And she seems strong. She seems physically okay and all the things. Caden was with me, and Caden, of course, loved her, and she picked them up. She was like, "Oh, he's solid." And I start laughing. I said, "Yeah, he's very heavy." She used the word solid. I said, "Yeah, I know. The sucker ain't light." And she said, "And you pick him up all day?" And I said, "Pretty much." I said, "But listen, let me tell you, ibuprofen, Tiger Balm, and a heating pad was my best friend for a while. I'm not even going to tell that story. For a while until my muscles and my body gained the ability to hold a kid again. Because you don't utilize, even though I did market and was picking up boxes and packages and all the things, it wasn't the same doggone muscles, I'll tell you that much. And yeah. I was like, now I feel like he's like 10 pounds. I mean, he is heavy after a while, don't get me wrong. But now I can twirl. I don't, because I got to be careful. But, uh, I kind of fling him but yeah, he's not light, So anyways, yep. Boxes don't wiggle. Yeah, and it's a different weight. It's a whole different weight, which you guys know. You've picked up heavy stuff before, and then I'm sure you picked up your own kid or your grandchild or whatever. It's a different weight. So when she said solid, of course I knew that meant heavy. But solid is a really good uh head on the nail type of description, because yeah, it feels very compacted. And yes, he does move sometimes, absolutely. uh so yeah, so she was able to pick him up. She picked him up a couple of times, and she doesn't appear to be her age at all. Like when you look at her, I wouldn't guess she's that old. And I say that old, you know what I mean. But I would say she probably, if I had to guess her age just looking at her, I would say she's probably in her early 60s looking to me. Physically, she's not as equally strong as me, but she's pretty close. She takes no medicine. Uh, no physical nothing. She works in the garden most all of her days and every day, and we live in blaze, heat, humidity. Uh, I'm trying to think what else. Yeah, like physically, if you didn't know, if you couldn't see her face, you would not be able to, or see her hands or whatever. You would not be able to tell she's in her 70s for sure. Mm-mm. Nope. She didn't hold them very long, but yeah, isn't that something? Good night, Africa. Wait, we got to do giveaway real quick. We're leaving. Giveaway. Stay here. No, gotta go. Let me see what I'm gonna give. Um, let's go with. I don't know. How about? How about you can? Hopefully, you guys like these. These are prints, copies. You can have all 3 of them for the giveaway. Hopefully, you like these. If not, then you can pick like 4 embroidery floss colors, and I'll just write it down and then pick the color. So either one. Like I said, these are prints on copy paper. Okay, just FYI. Okay, so I'm gonna type in a go. You type into me, and then we'll roll the dice and see. Yeah, I know. Okay, so if you don't want those, then you can pick 4 different, you don't have to pick the colors you can see. Just pick any 4 that you like. Okay, so let me type in a go. You type in a me, then we're going to count from the go down. Whatever number the dice lands on will be the placement of the winner. Oh, Africa, that reminds me. I'm giving this to you. Oh, dear. So as I was cleaning some container, I found this Asian little paper. So yeah, so I set it aside for you. I forgot. I was trying to look for my dice. Oh, you're welcome. She recently said that she was collecting and possibly doing, I can't remember exactly if she's working on it or gonna work on it, Asian. So she said keep a lookout on all the stuff Asian if you can when she comes to the market and she'll buy it. Well, that's a piece of paper. No. Mm-mm. Yeah, it is very cool. I think it's older. I don't think it's new. The paper feels different, but I could be wrong. I don't know. All right, here we go. Oh my gosh, it's the first person, number 1. Yat! Congrats, Yat! Lucky ducky, wishy washy wooshy. Yay! Congrats! Yay! Yeah, the paper feels a little different, but it could be just a print. I don't know. It's hard to tell. Oh, it's pretty cool. As soon as I saw it, it was about to go in the garbage. But then I remembered what you said. Oh, Grouch gets a lot of stuff, you guys. I remember one time somebody was like, okay, anything you want to throw away, just put it in a bag and try and sell it and see how well it does. I'm like, really? Yes. Well, they were right. It was laces at the time, and they were right. And that bag sold for like $26. They were like, see, your garbage is worth a lot of money. Yeah, do you want the ladies or do you want to pick colors of embroidery floss? They were like, so don't throw anything else away. Just put it to the side and sell it. I'm like, no, I don't want to do that anymore. That's funny. Yeah, like I'll just throw away, like this size laces and, sometimes this size. If I don't have a place and a rhyme or a reason for it, Grouch gets it. Okay. Grouch gets it. And they were like, this was so funny. They were like, and they, meaning there was a couple of people who jumped on the bandwagon in the chat. And they were like, see, you shouldn't have told us this because now you're going to think possums are outside or whatever is digging in your garbage. But now it's going to be us people who are rummaging through your garbage outside in your can. I said, ain't nobody better come to my doggone house like that. Oh my gosh, it was so funny. Yeah, do you want this or floss? Let me read what our message is for today, you guys. That is true. I know, Africa. Oh my gosh. Okay. Pursuing God's peace. Is there something causing you anxiety today? Something that is making you stressed or worried? Think about peace for a second. It is easy to talk about how God is our peace, but take a few minutes to really think about that and let it sink in. Just as much as we pursue our passions and our dreams, we need to pursue God's peace. Pursue God's peace that is far deeper than what we could ever imagine. When we allow God's peace to wash over us, it brings freedom from the battles in our minds. It frees us from the things that cause us anxiety, like mistakes, hurt feelings, bumps in our day. God's peace frees us from disappointments and heartache. It sets our hearts at ease despite our circumstances. Whatever you're walking through today, pursue his peace far more than you pursue your passions. He will keep his promises, and his peace will be far greater than you can understand. You're welcome, my dear. There's a couple of scriptures that support that passage. The first one is out of Philippines. Philippines? Yeah. 4:7. And the peace of our God, which surpasses all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus. Our next scripture is Psalms 29:11. The Lord gives strength to his people and blesses them with peace. And the message from Matthew 11:30 reads, keep company with me and you'll learn to live freely and lightly. And our prayer for tonight is forgive me, Jesus, for letting my anxiety get the best of me today. I hand my worries over to you today, Lord. Let your peace rule my heart. What a wonderful message. Yes. God wants to give you peace, love, and all the things and the gifts, all the gifts that he's promised all of us. So anyways, you guys, I hope to see you today, tomorrow. Sometime I'm guessing in between the hours of like 1:30 to 2:30ish. I'm guessing. I'm hoping. Again, hopefully it works out. Kind of just go on his schedule and what I'm able to do. If not, we'll go later that night when he is sleeping, and then worst case scenario, Monday is when she told me to tell her like a time to come. So I did tell her, that I was probably going to start that market tonight, um or at least ask the people to see what they say. If they could pick a schedule and a time, what would it be, so that I can tell her, because I don't know. I have no clue. I've never had this happen. So, yay, I'm excited. You guys have a wonderful night, and I will see you soon. Thanks for coming. Hopefully, I'll see you soon. Bye. Good night, everyone.
It's the Virtual Craft Vendors Market. We got everything a crafter needs. You can sell your stuff, or you can buy, you can stop in a chat, just say hi. The Virtual Craft Vendors Market. Hey now, take a look, we got cards and lace and vintage books at the Virtual Craft Vendors.